on the program that barely existed. You know, it was a terrible program that we talked about in this show numerous times. And, you know, had they tried to do something big and transformative with the Rams money, I think you probably would have had a similar outcome. So, to my mind, as I'm quoted in the article, you know, filling budget holes is better than lighting the money on fire and totally wasting it. So I was sort of the voice in the article, not disappointed with not having some transformative project done, because I don't believe it's possible for city and county government to do some transformative project. Something big with it just would have been gone down to cronyism and favoring political allies. That's what Mayor Jones wanted to do with her various programs in the city of St. Louis, and I'm glad it really didn't happen.
All right, only a couple of minutes left, Dave. We'll have to fly through this, but destroying and demolishing historic homes in Kirkwood, I don't know where I stand on this. You got to like a great old historic home, but does it need to go for something new and more modern? I don't know where I stand, so sway me one way or the other.
Well, I'm not here to sway you one way or the other, because I agree with you. This isn't an easy case. We certainly want to preserve our important historic buildings, and nobody likes it when they're torn down or gone. So I don't have some absolute disagreement with you, Vic. That is important. So what you have in Kirkwood is one of the oldest homes, and the historic home in Kirkwood. Somebody bought it, and they want to tear it down. They want to rebuild there. So this is just this is a debate we can have, and Kirkwood law as such can't prevent that. And I'm not saying it should prevent it, but so now Kirkwood is considering a stronger law, giving them the ability to just block people from tearing down historic homes, and that's the debate. And I would be very I love history. I consider myself to be an amateur historian. I share your desire to preserve historic buildings, but I'm quite hesitant to just tell a city that somebody has their own property and invested in their own property, and the city can block them from tearing it down.
Yeah. So
that's the dangerous part. And then I want to give the real risk is not that it be deployed to prevent to save one actually historic and important home. That would be understandable. But I will tell you this, and this happened in the city of St. Louis. When you create like a historic preservation program and say, all right, here's 20 homes and buildings we need to preserve, when you actually finish with those 20 buildings and preserve them or whatever, it's not like the people in the program say, all right, time to close. And so in the city of St. Louis, where they have an active historic, tax credit, this program, once they were sort of done with their initial target of homes and buildings to preserve, they went out and they found, and there was a Post-Dispatch article on this a decade or so ago, they went out and found somewhat historic buildings that they could now start to preserve, because believe it or not, the people employed in this job don't want to give up their job. So now you start to preserve questionable history, and you saw that in the Central West End when they blocked redevelopment of buildings in the Central West End that really aren't historic. They just claimed it as historic because they used it as a cudgel to block developments they didn't want. So that's the danger of going too far with these types of programs. They absolutely will be abused. That's not saying a desire to preserve this one specific home in Kirkwood is bad. It's just that's the inevitable result of these programs.
All right, Dave. Before we wrap it up, just one little piece of diehard trivia. When Hans Gruber falls off the building, and he's looking up, and then he falls off the building, the director said, okay, we're going to do it on 3, okay? We're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then on 3, we're going to let you go. Well, they didn't do that. They said 1 and then dropped them. So his expression of fear is real.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You don't care, do you?
That's brilliant. That's brilliant directing.
That is.
They caught him.
That is.
Right?
Right. Oh, yeah. All right, David, thank you so much. That is David Stokes, the heavyweight champion of municipal policy, David Stokes.
Thank you so much, Vic. Thank you, Ken. Talk to you guys soon.
Have a good weekend, Dave.
I like Dave. So Monday.
So informative, man, about everything going on like that.
You know what? I can't even keep up sometimes with some of the info that he gives.
Yeah.
Because it's so in the weeds,
Right.
I love it. I love it. Okay, Monday is President's Day. So we've got this really cool President Trump hugging the American flag bobblehead. If you're on the stream, you can see a little version of it right in the Cat in the Hat's hand. And then he's in our lobby, I guess. President's in our lobby.
A gigantic one, yeah.
Hugging the American flag. We're going to give you a chance to win a bobblehead like that all day on Monday. You just be patient, be by the phone, and we'll give you that opportunity then on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Commander Connors is next.
Watch us on our live stream using Rumble, Facebook, and Twitter. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
As President Lincoln said,
made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL. News, analysis, and opinion.
I've never called a talk show before, but this just irked me.
101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
If you're considering an annuity as part of your retirement plan, we need to talk. Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale, Senior Vice President Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 9 on News Talk STL 101.9. Annuities can be a useful tool for some retirement investors, but not all annuities are created equal. Every week, we meet clients who own complex annuities that don't suit their needs and, in some cases, actively undermine their retirement plan. Before you purchase an annuity, get a second opinion from the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel. Requesting a consultation is free of charge. To request a free consultation, contact us at clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member NYSE and SIPC.
Missouri's premier boat show returns in 2026 as the St. Louis Boat and Fishing Show comes to America's Center the weekend of February 20th through the 22nd. See world-class fishermen working the latest new lures in the hog trough and see how the live fish react. Ride the mechanical bull, see a live stingray encounter. Plus, stop by the STL Power Sports booth and register to win a new e-bike valued at $3,000. The St. Louis Boat and Fishing Show, America's Center, February 20th through the 22nd.
If you have a phone, you have a radio.
Yes, I listen on my phone.
Download the all-new News Talk STL app.
Love the all-new News Talk STL app.
It is awesome.
And listen anytime.
Love the News Talk STL app.
Anywhere.
whoosh.
It's Friday!
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
Hi, this is Jamie Lissow from Gutfeld, and you're listening to Vic and Ken on the Vic. Can you tell me how to pronounce Vic's name so I'm not Porcelli? Dang it, I would have gotten it right. Hi, this is Jamie from the Gutfeld Show, and you are listening to Vic and Ken on the Vic Porcelli Show on News Porcelli. Vic, I'm really sorry for listening. Hi, this is Jamie Lissow from Gutfeld, and you're listening to Vic and Ken on the Vic Porcelli Show on News Talk STL.
If I'm listening, is that what he said?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Vic, if you're listening. Remind me next time he comes in to say his name wrong on purpose. Jimmy Lissow, who, you know, is just a great comedian. What am I hearing? Why do I hear? What is
It's
that?
Larry. I think Larry's headphones.
Put your things over your ears, man. There you go.
No, right over, all the way.
That was you. It's like we're in a band.
We're feeding. We've got feedback.
It's like the singer's microphone is
Now
too
we're good.
All right,
Now
let's
we're
get
good.
to the commander. Well, yeah, let's go.
Friday. St. Louis. It's Commander Connor's neighborhood.
Good morning, Commander. How are you?
Good morning. I'm glad you got me in line. Thank you to both of you. God bless.
I've never heard that happen before, really. Never.
It's because I'm special.
You are.
Short bus.
In a very okay, you said it, not me. You said it, not me. Get your cards and letters in to Commander Connors. Before we go anywhere here,
Yes.
I want to thank you for, the commander's like our dad here, you know,
Right.
and make sure everybody's okay.
Wait a minute.
Yes, grandfather. I'm sorry. Did I say
Wait a
dad?
minute.
I meant to say grandpa. And he said to me, he said, your right rear tire is very low. Don't go on the highway. I said, oh, okay. So it was really almost flat.
Yeah.
So I drove to the waterway, filled it up,
Yeah.
brought the car home, told my wife I needed a tire. She goes, well, which one? It didn't look like any air escaped from the waterway to home. But
I think the 9mm I put into it sealed itself.
Oh, I didn't know you had self-sealing,
Self-sealing 9mm.
All right, so I just want to make sure I got this all straight.
Sure.
After 12 days,
Yes.
they found a glove in the house.
That's what I was going to point out. When you said that, I got in my car this morning. I've got a black glove in my back seat. I don't know how I got there.
Yep. You did.
It didn't fit, so I must be a quit.
So you must have quit. This is the biggest botched investigation ever.
This is like Keystone Cops. It really is, and I don't know how the information was kept silent this long, much less the fact that they found it. And when did they find it? And then we're just hearing about it, or is that not clear?
And then, Mr. Connors, I see a headline this morning that says, Tucson police say, feds, we don't need your help.
Yeah.
And they do.
Let's stay on the glove for a second.
Okay.
Because to answer your question, why didn't we hear about the glove until now? Did they find it just now? Did they find it 12 days ago but didn't tell us? I don't know how much we need to know. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be telling us, then tell us the truth, I guess. If you're not going to tell radio silence, fine.
Say we can't comment. But, I mean, this gets back to the J6 bomber. FBI saying, they only investigated, less than 60 days. We don't have anything we can really share. And then eventually they release all of this video showing the guy walking around like we were all saying, their cameras were, and they kept, just didn't have it. So when they released that, immediately people recognized the shoes and they immediately got a guy. These guys, if they found this glove 12 days ago, what's the deal to say they found the glove on the counter? He can't come back. Well, he might want to come back and claim it. Great.
I doubt he's that stupid. I mean, he looks pretty stupid. All right, what were you saying?
Oh, I don't remember.
Well, I remember you were chastising Ken no, not you, chastising Vic for speaking up. But
you were talking about
let's move
the
on.
Die Hard principle.
That's all right.
Well, no, that's what's next in line.
No, I agree.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, it's the whole thing. I go ahead. You go ahead.
So
I'll take my marbles and leave.
The Pima County sheriff, right, was the first one to talk to us in a press conference, right? We're going to put everything we got into this.
Right.
If somebody else gets kidnapped, too bad. But we're going to put everything else into this. And we have absolutely no video saved. We can't get any video from the camera, the Ring camera. Oh, wait, yes, we can. Everything he said was wrong.
Was he uninformed or lying?
I don't know. I mean, this is almost to the point where is he in on it?
Yeah.
Which I know he's not. But that's how the movies go, right?
Yeah.
Like in Die Hard.
Yeah.
The police got it under control, and then the FBI comes and goes, all right, we're taking over here. This is our investigation. That could be happening. I don't know.
What gets me, and I last night on the story behind the story, I did the fallback 80-plus years ago to the Baby Lindbergh kidnapping, and that captured the nation. And, of course, we didn't have all the Internet. We didn't have the video and all this stuff available now, but it was in print and on radio every day. It was an attention grabber, just as this is. Every day it's being used as a lead to pull audiences in, and that's fine. The problem with this current case also that exists, how many thousands do we have missing across our nation, have been missing for a long time, kids and our grandparents, and there's much time is being spent on this case, which is understandable in many ways, or their cases being pursued, and they have to feel bad about that. I mean, I want her brought home safely, obviously, but at some point you say we need to start either better using our sources or pull some back.
Well, the Lindbergh baby?
Yeah.
That was the 20s, right?
Right, 80-plus years ago.
I think before the invention and use of fingerprints.
They did have a guy that used a special sodium nitrate that is just being used, but he did not put it in any of the spots where a man's fingers would have touched the ladder in putting it together to even find out. And later when they realized they had not done that, they washed the entire ladder of anything. Oh. But fingerprints were not really big at that point. You're correct.
So
Bruno DNA.
Bruno Hauptmann went to the electric chair for
Yep,
this.
he did.
And then years later, it's like, wait a minute, did he really do it?
There are a lot of questions. His wife went to her deathbed at age 94 claiming he did not do it. He was offered a big amount of money by the Hearst publication for his story and a confession, and he wouldn't give it. So
here we are years later, and we still can't do an investigation.
Well, I know, and some say it could not have been a one-man job, and no one else was ever grabbed up in it.
I don't know. I think it's the weirdest and it's the worst.
You remember how that one ended? The baby was found about
dead.
Yep, about a year plus later, less than 5 miles from the home.
Yeah, and Bruno Hauptmann was executed for
Yep,
it.
he went to the electric. I think it might have been the gas chamber. I think can't recall now.
Man, the way we kill people back then was hanging, gas chamber, electric chair. So I think that the guy with the white hair, Nanos, Sheriff Nanos from Pima County, I don't know how to do law enforcement. I don't know how to do investigations, but I think he's pretty inept.
Well, you have white hair. I would think that'd qualify you.
Yeah. Up till now, that's the way it's been, right? You got white hair. Oh.
You must be mature enough to carry out this investigation.
Yeah, right. So there's so many conspiracy theories on the internet, and I love them. I love looking at them, just because you don't know. So Savannah Guthrie, her husband is Bill Clinton's scrubber. He's the guy who goes in and scrubs Bill Clinton's online footprint clean.
Mm-hmm.
Weird, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Where are you going with that?
I don't know. Because there are some theories that the Savannah Guthrie's sister's husband did it. Is that guy in the video? Here's another thing. Oh my God! When you look at these videos, investigators who look at this stuff say, "Well, look at the way he walks." Somebody's got to look at the way he walks and say,
Right.
I know that walk.
Right.
I know your walk, Ken Williams. If that were you and you were walking, that's Ken Williams' walk.
Well, I wasn't there, though.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's weird because I thought about it. Whose walk do I know? It's like, oh, my God, I know Ken Williams' walk. You go up on your on the front of your feet a little bit.
You know what? My calves. It's always, I'm on my toes all the time. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But
no, you're right. There's a certain way people walk.
Exactly.
And everybody knows that, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing, after and why did he realize there was a camera there after he gets there? If he were planning everything in advance, then he goes back and gets a plant and some mud and comes back, puts it over like. That's a little late at that point.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. And no video at all after that.
And no video up and down the street, supposedly.
You mentioned the flowers in front of the camera. Right. Do you think that was by design? I mean, I know it sounds pretty weird and conspiratorial.
Well, I mean, he went and picked them up and put them on there.
I know, but it gave him more. It gave him more face time. That person more face time by doing all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There may have been some weird reason why that person's like going, well, I can't just stand there and stare. I'm just going to go ahead and try and figure out another way to make it look like I'm, you know what I mean?
That's
like it's a setup. Like
that's the other thing. I have not heard a timeline on when this guy was on that porch. Did this happen after she had been reported kidnapping? I have not seen a timeline.
I think it's
or stamp.
Well, there's no date stamp or time stamp. That's another weird thing.
And then Vic, you brought up yesterday what happened later. I mean,
right.
If they have video. And if they have evidence from before, well, what happened later? There's nothing.
Where's the video evidence from after he went into the house?
It's a gated community, and no one else had a camera, a Ring camera of any type.
Right.
And they went to the neighbor's house next door. The January 31, I think, through Feb 1, and asked, "Can we search through your yard?" Not accusing the neighbor, but just to see if he went back over a fence or something.
Larry, great point, because in my neighborhood, and I don't live in any upper level neighborhood, upper crust neighborhood.
Well,
you've got
a moat around your house.
Well, besides that, though,
all right, okay.
there are four neighbors that I know of right in my vicinity.
Right.
That if I asked them, they would say, "Yeah, you can use the video."
Sure.
I mean, but this is an area where it's like, okay, we need to take care of each other, probably, right? I mean, they're older people.
You would think, yeah.
Well, that's the video that we're getting from the news reports. Their neighbors are saying, yeah, we protect each other. Well, okay, where's your video?
Yeah. Right, where's the protection?
Yeah.
And I'm just saying this because I'm saying it. His eyebrows are tweezed. Her eyebrows are tweezed.
And the mustache, I'm sorry, it looks too fake to me.
Yeah,
and he's got girly eyes.
Yeah.
Definitely Vic.
We're saying he.
They can take that video, and you're absolutely right, and they can go into metadata and really break it apart if they're doing a proper analysis on it.
And then I said the clothing that they're wearing, it looks like they're like layers to make them look fatter.
Yeah, bigger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
bigger.
right. Yeah.
Ken Williams, investigative hound.
I told you.
Have you ever seen those masks?
You pull over a face, it looks like a face.
It's like flesh. You pull it over.
Yes.
And you literally look like a different person. Who knows if he's wearing one of that? Because there is a little bit of facial hair, right?
And it looks so weird, though. It looks so pronounced.
But you can't change your eyes. Your eyes are your eyes, and those eyes look girly. They really do.
Well, you remember, what was the narcotics movie where the teacher was involved in making the drug? Breaking Bad. I saw a guy the other day that had one of these masks, a silk mask. He puts it on, puts a cap on and a hoodie around, and it looks just like the guy that was the prime
Walter White.
Walter White.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can make yourself look a different color, a different nationality, different ethnicity. They're crazy.
Check it out on the videos if anybody wants to do that, because it's there, and all they're doing is standing there as their normal face. They put it on, and it's kind of stunning.
So why are we inventing these things? Why are we inventing things that make it easier to be criminals?
Because we can.
What's coming up on Larry Connor's USA?
Well, what we're going to do tonight is focus on an important part of the news where, we hate censorship, but there are times when news organizations and our reporters or anchors have to put their foot down and say, we are going to self-censor on this particular story. And why would you do that? And why would you not do it? Self-censorship.
Self-censorship. Isn't that self-editing?
No, it's self-censorship.
Okay, all right. I'm not arguing with the anchor. Larry Connor's USA, 6 to 8 o'clock. The story behind the story involved in every show. Love that. And,
Thank you.
Of course, commentary today at 12:33.
God bless you, gentlemen. Have a great weekend.
All right, Larry, thanks.
Oh, happy
bless you,
Valentine.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's right.
We're gonna go over some of the real romantic, loving things that happen on Valentine's Day in history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I 101 now. Oh, Joe Cocker, man. Oh, this is the song that makes me want Joe Cocker to sing every song ever written. And do you remember when he was on Saturday Night Live and he did this, and John Belushi was right next to him, imitating him, dressed the same way, everything? It was perfect. All right. Good morning. It's Friday. Weekend's on the way.
Like us on Facebook at NewstalkSTL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Live and be well.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
What? Yeah, thank you. Oh, hi, everybody. Larry, I love Larry.
I do too, man.
But he never stops talking.
I don't care.
Mic's on, mic's off.
Hey, you know what?
Talks away.
And I don't care what time it is.
And we all take notes.
You and I are very on to the clock. Clock.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Nope.
So Chris Cooper's coming by today. We got to ask him about the Dow hitting 50,000 for the first time.
Yes, sir.
Strong jobs report.
Yep.
And how this affects you and your money and the retirement. These are Chris's words. The retirement that you deserve. Okay. Because Chris likes to start everything with just a conversation. Sometimes you get ambushed no matter what you're getting, right? Okay, well, let's get you signed up.
Oh.
Right?
Vic, I've experienced that firsthand. I even told Chris about it. I said, I just inquired, and all I got was phone call after text after phone call for like months. And I want to tell everybody, if you're just even thinking about this, just call Chris. He won't do that to you. If you want the information, great. If you don't anymore, then that's fine.
There are commercials on TV with Ted Danson for a cellular place. First of all, I don't like Ted Danson at all because I hate people, and he's in that group of people I hate. And do you know Smoove? The guy's name is J.B. Smoove.
I've heard of it, yeah.
He walks onto the set where Ted Danson is doing the commercial, and he says, well, what are you doing here? He says, well, we're doing a commercial for Community Cellular or whatever it is. Let's get you signed up. I was like, wow, why would you put that in the commercial? Why would you put an aggressive, hey, let's get you signed up?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's what they're going to do when you call them.
Yes.
Stupid.
Right.
Stupid.
Totally.
Chris doesn't do that.
No. All he does is have fun with finance.
That's right. On his radio show called Serenity Wealth Now, he's got a special Valentine's Day edition coming up this Sunday at 9 o'clock. That was Ken's little signal to me was, let's go, buddy, wrap this up. No. The New Holistic Retirement, Chris's newest book, is available for free at SerenityNowTax.com. That's SerenityNowTax.com. Serenity Now, Chris Cooper.
Investment advice offered through Fortis Capital Advisors.
Serenity Now!
On the next
Larry Connors, USA.
The story behind the story when newsrooms and reporters practice censorship, self-censorship.
Larry Connors, USA. Now, weeknights 6 until 8 on News Talk STL.
They served our country with honor. Now it's our turn to serve them. Join the freedom13.org for an unforgettable gala honoring America's heroes, February 27th at the Foundry Arts Center in St. Charles. A special evening supporting Freedom 13's bold mission, 50 camps in 50 states on more than 50,000 acres, building 650 homes for veterans, police, and their families. Tickets and sponsorship opportunities are available now. Visit thefreedom13.org. That's thefreedom13.org.
Hey, Columbo here for Rockwood Charcoal. Rockwood is made from 100% pure Missouri oak and hickory, so you're cooking with the best and supporting local industry and a local business all at once. There's over 100 area Rockwood retailers. Find yours at rockwoodcharcoal.com.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. Vic and Ken.
I've already hired someone to take care of those two.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
You hear all the stuff that's going on?
Yeah, that's
Wake up, mama.
Playing stuff.
Turn your lamp down low. Allman Brothers Band live at the Fillmore East. Wake up, mama. Can I just tell a quick story?
Yeah.
So Greg Allman, the guy you're listening to sing right now. By the way, there's only one guy left from the original Allman Brothers Band, and that's J-Mo, the second drummer.
They rock and rolled.
Yeah, so did Keith
Richards. I know. Well, maybe he claimed that. See, you can claim that. I used to stand on stage and get 12 shots a night of whiskey, right? Never drank one of them, but what I did is I took a glass of Coca-Cola, right? Yeah. On the stage, and then I would switch it and give it to my guitar player or drummer or somebody, and then I would drink. I'm like, yeah, let's go, everybody!
That's funny, Ken.
I was a big partier, right?
So you look like you're a big rock star partying.
Yeah.
And you just drink Coke.
Just drinking soda.
So, in 1987, Greg Allman had an album out, and there was a big hit on it called I'm No Angel. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
Great song. And I was working at the time in 1987 at a radio station at the Jersey Shore. I mean, the station was 2 blocks from the beach. By the way, it was two doors away from the recording studio owned and operated by Gary Talent, bass player for the E Street Band. Gary was great. I used to go in there and record commercials with him and stuff. It was kind of cool.
That is cool.
Hanging out. There's also a picture, by the way, from our Christmas party that year of me playing harmonica next to him playing the bass at our Christmas party. That's all I'm going to say. So, the concerts at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park. Famous rock bar. Everybody knows the Stone Pony. And I get to host the show, which means I get to go out on the stage and say, hey, everybody, here's the Greg Allman Band. And actually, the way I had to say it was from Jacksonville, Florida, it's the Greg Allman Band. And
that's cool.
Oh, it was way cool. So I'm standing. You don't go on from the sides of the stage. The entrance to the stage was from behind. And I'm looking at it. And then the guy who's the stage manager said, okay, use that mic right there, right in the middle. So there was Greg's piano and his microphone. And then the guitar player, he's over there. The one right in the middle is the one I want you to use. Got it. Okay. So he goes, okay, go ahead. So I go out there, and I start talking into the mic, and, of course, it's not on, right? So I'm already pissed off because this guy gave me bad information. So I said, okay, and I'm sure I shouldn't do this, but I leaned over Greg Allman's keyboard and into that mic, leaning over, I said, from Jacksonville, Florida, the Greg Allman Band. And then I feel a hand on my back. And I was like, oh, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
And it was Greg. It was Greg Allman. And he was like, hey, thanks, man. Sorry for the miscommunication. I was
nice.
Like, wait a minute. Greg Allman's apologizing to me for something? That's not how it's supposed to go.
That's great.
He was gracious and nice and friendly and great. He was great.
And the St. Louis connection. I did the River Homegrown show, and Devin Allman.
Oh, I love Devin.
Yeah, in St. Louis, he would always come into our show. Always. He'd even call me like, "Hey man, can I come on? I got a new song." And he was just a great guy.
And he's a great guitarist.
He is. Oh, he's very good.
You know?
A good writer.
You know what's funny? His father was the keyboard player for the Allman Brothers.
Yeah,
and he's a guitar player, great guitar player. Butch Trucks was the drummer for the Allman Brothers band, and his son, Daryl Trucks, I think, is a guitar player.
Okay. And
he's got a great band with Susan Tedeschi. I don't know if you ever heard of Susan Tedeschi, great female blues player. They're married, and they go out on tour.
Oh, cool.
All right, sorry. Okay, so the SAVE Act is something that the Democrats, I don't know. Sometimes, Ken, I don't know what happens at the meetings, you know? The Zoom call.
Yeah.
The all-hands-on-deck call.
All right, everybody, got a big meeting on the Zoom. Okay.
Okay, here's what we're going to say. Yeah, SAVE Act is Jim Crow 2.0.
But it's about voter fraud. It's just to ensure that we have a good voting system.
That's probably the question that somebody would ask in the
meeting.
I'm
just playing the role right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the person said, sir, it's really not Jim Crow at all. It's actually just required like anything else you would do in life. Shut up! Jim Crow 2.0! And that's what you say to America. You know what I'd love to do one time? Is to find a lib, just a raging lib.
Mm-hmm.
And
blue hair and all.
Yeah. And when Jim Crow comes up to ask them, tell me, who was Jim Crow? Can you tell me about him? What was his... Oh, he was a slave.
Jimmy Boy.
Jimmy Boy's picking cotton and all this stuff. Because I'm sure you know Jim Crow's not a person. It was a kind of a racist entertainment kind of a thing.
Right.
But I'll bet Chuck Schumer doesn't even know that. I'll bet Hakeem Jeffries doesn't know that.
That'd be a lovely question to ask someone.
Yeah. So how this guy Jim Crow, how did he die? So Ted Cruz was on Newsmax talking about the SAVE Act, and then it's this time, this two-word phrase I'm going to say is true. Common sense.
Look, I very much hope the Senate takes up and passes the Save America Act. It's simple, common sense legislation. The House has passed it now. It critically does two things. Number one, it requires proof of American citizenship to register to vote. And number two, it requires a photo ID to vote. That is common sense. The overwhelming majority of Americans agree with it. And unfortunately, Democrats in the Senate are absolutely opposed because as a party, they have decided that voter fraud is good for them, that they want illegal aliens voting for them. That's how they stay in power. They don't want photo ID.
So you talk about common sense, Vic. That's the only conclusion we can come up with.
Yeah.
They don't like it because it hurts their process.
And it hurts their use of the words common sense. Because they common sense gun legislation. No. Your idea is not common sense.
No.
Because common sense says read the Constitution and say we have a right to bear arms.
Right.
If you don't like that, I mean, there are plenty of countries you can go to.
Right. A lot of them. Australia, the latest one, they don't allow guns anymore.
Then the filibuster. Everybody on our side says kill the filibuster, but not the way Ted Cruz does.
We ought to use every procedural tool we can to run through the Democrats' opposition. And in particular, we should nuke what's called the zombie filibuster. The zombie filibuster is essentially allowing the Democrats to say, we're filibustering this, but then not requiring them to do anything. We should require the Democrats to do an old-fashioned talking filibuster. Think Jimmy Stewart in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Yeah. Or for that matter, think the 21 hours that I filibustered on the Senate floor fighting Obamacare. And we should make them stand and talk and talk and talk. And when they can't talk anymore, then we should pass it.
That's the second person this week that brought up that movie.
I know. Actually, I've heard it 3 times. And here's the thing. I didn't even realize this zombie filibuster thing. What happens is, Vic, they're so freaking lazy in Congress that they say, well, okay, you're going to filibuster. You're threatening to filibuster us. Okay, well, then we just won't do it then. They're not even fighting. The Republicans are not even fighting. The Democrats will literally threaten about a filibuster. And then the Republicans say, oh, okay, we won't do that. Make them hold their feet to the fire like that, like he just explained. Make them do some work and then pass it.
Maybe they should let the Democrats know, too, that, or the rest of the Republicans, actually, that if you filibuster, you could talk about anything you want. You could talk about the Super Bowl.
Anything. Hours. Just go.
When I was a senior in high school, there was a girl who I graduated with. Her name was Sue Ferrantino, Italian, crazy. And unfortunately, she's dead now. And not only is she dead, but everybody's mad at her because she had cancer. Didn't tell anybody. She just dealt with it and died, and nobody even knew she had cancer. Pissed me off. So she was in this political science class that I had with Mr. Fowler. So Mr. Fowler's teaching us about filibustering. And he goes, yeah, and they can go up there and just talk about anything they want. So I raised my hand. He's like, oh, God. So what do you want? I said, so could they go up there and like do a vaudeville routine? And he's like, I guess. It's never been done, but I guess it could. So I looked at Sue and I gave her a nod. She goes, oh, yeah, because she was the female me. She was the female class clown.
Okay.
And we ended up in the same class. So I grabbed her by the hand. I said, can Sue and I have a minute? And he goes, yes. He knew something was up. So we go outside and we talk about it. And we come in the classroom like the vaudeville act, Phila and Buster. Hey, Phila. Yeah, Buster. Hey, Phila, how cold is it in Washington, D.C. today? Hey, Buster, it's so cold, politicians have their hands in their own pockets. And Mr. Fowler's just holding his head.
No wonder why Chris did the stuff he did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's totally his dad.
Know what you're talking about. And it's funny that even in our yearbooks, like when Sue Ferrantino signed my yearbook, she signed it Buster and wrote some stuff and then wrote Love Phila.
That's cute.
And now Sue's dead. And that really sucks. So can we go over the Jim Crow thing real quick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you Jasmine Crockett doesn't know this.
Right.
I guarantee it. So the origin and scope of Jim Crow era. The term originates from a 19th century minstrel character. The laws enforce a rigid society hierarchy separating races in almost every facet of daily life, from water fountains to cemeteries. So it's a character in a minstrel show.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad. Jim Crow laws were bad. I'm not saying they weren't bad.
But that was a label.
Right. It was just what they called it. I can't think of a modern-day example, but I'm sure there is one. But if you ask Jasmine, if you run into Jasmine Crockett,
yeah,
say, Jazzy, come here, baby, come here, you hot-ass mess, come over here, girl, and ask her, hey, tell me who was Jim Crow, and see what she has to say. I guarantee you she doesn't know it.
Well, Vic, and they have to remember that all those things, whites-only things that they always talked about, yeah, that was a Democrat thing.
Yeah,
Democrats did that.
Yes,
it was not the Republicans.
How do we get?
They tried. They tried for decades to get away from that, saying, "Oh no, we've reformed." But everything, from abolitionist movement and all the stuff against them, to that, it's them. It was always them.
Always. All right. So the big Freedom 13 Salute Our Troops Gala Night is happening on February 27th at the Foundry Arts Center in St. Charles. It's from 6 to 11. We had Mark Schmitz in here yesterday to talk about it. And that Foundry Arts Center is just a beautiful space. It really is. It's unique looking. It's right at the end of or the beginning, I guess, however you start, of Old Town St. Charles, where the cobblestone road there on Main Street. Everything smells like cheeseburgers everywhere you walk. God, I love it. And the Freedom 13 organization creating these camps for Gold Star families to live in. And it's just great. It really is. And if you go to thefreedom13.org, you can get a look at it. You can get a look at what these camps look like.
Great.
But they're not free. They're not cheap.
No.
They're expensive. So go to NewstalkSTL.com, look for the Freedom 13, support our troops Gala Night, and help out Mark and the rest of the Freedom 13 organization. All right, it's Friday. Josh Hawley. We may need the boxing bell for Josh Hawley.
It's
and Keith Ellis.
great audio coming up.
News Talk STL is proud to have Doug Voss of Safe Money Radio as part of our lineup each week. Doug has been a staple on the St. Louis radio airways for many years as one of the leading financial experts in the area. You can now hear Doug and Safe Money Radio 2 times every weekend on News Talk STL. But in case you miss anything, you can check it all out at DougVossSafeMoneyRadio.com. You could also reach Doug at 844-676-SAFE. That's 844-676-7233.
Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through DHL Securities, LLLP, member FINRA and SIPC.
If you love your pet, which I know you do, then they deserve the excellent treatment and care they'll receive at Pacific Animal Hospital in Pacific, Missouri, a full-service veterinarian facility. Originally built and grown by my dad, Dr. Bill Jones, a new generation of wonderful veterinarians and staff at Pacific continue to provide outstanding medical, surgical, dental, boarding, and grooming services for your favorite furry friends. Our family entrusts the care of our pets only to the experienced docs and staff at Pacific Animal Hospital. You should too. Call them today, 636-257-2100, 24/7 at PacificVets.com, PacificVets.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-240-4586. 800-240-4586. That's 800-240-4586.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Town Hall. Amit Thomason. Inflation in retreat, falling to a nearly 5-year low last month.
The cost of goods and services didn't rise as fast in January as they did a year ago. Overall inflation dropped to 2.4%, not too far from the Federal Reserve's 2% target. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports gas prices fell more than 3% last month, while grocery prices ticked higher.
Correspondent Greg Clugston. He's 5'9" or 5'10" of average build. The FBI's newly released description of the suspect in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The suspect is seen in video, recorded by a front porch cam at the missing woman's home. The FBI increasing its reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction to $100,000. SpaceX has launched a crew of 4 heading to the International Space Station, a couple of Americans, a French astronaut, and a Russian. They'll spend 8 months on the orbiting outpost. Deadly gunfire at a South Carolina university.
2 people are dead and 1 wounded after a shooting in South Carolina State University residential complex in Orangeburg. The university says it has not confirmed the victims' identities or the condition of the person who is wounded. The school was put on lockdown for at least 4 hours. Investigators were on site and law enforcement officers patrolled the campus and nearby areas early Friday. The university cancelled Friday classes and is making counsellors available to students.
Correspondent Luke Garrett says the lockdown has since been lifted and there is no information on a possible suspect. Midnight is the deadline for a partial government shutdown, this one affecting the Department of Homeland Security. On Wall Street, the Dow is up about 94 points. The Nasdaq trading 3 points higher, and the S&P is better by 16. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. A lot of us are thinking about taxes, home projects we've been putting off, ways to get ahead financially in 2026. Now's the perfect time to talk to my friends at Fellowship Home Loans. If you want to lower your mortgage payment, they can help you refinance. If you need access to cash for home improvements or to wipe out high-interest debt, their fixed-rate line of credit is one of the best tools out there. Fast approval, predictable rate, and flexibility to use your home's equity wisely. Remember, many people still qualify to skip their next 2 mortgage payments. Imagine starting big projects or paying down debt with 2 months of breathing room. My family and I have used Fellowship personally. I trust these guys. Take control of 2026. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/MikeG. fellowshiphomeloans.com/MikeG. fellowshiphomeloans.com/MikeG or call 800-510-MIKE. That's 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Rodney and Jen Wallner and the entire Wallner home selling team at Berkshire Hathaway. Call them today at 314-810-SOLD. 314-810-SOLD. From the Michael's Flooring Outlet Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Shan Scott with your first alert forecast, tracking temperatures towards the lower 60s this afternoon with sunny skies. Then into Saturday, by the late morning hours, we're going to be watching for rain moving in from the southwest, becoming steady throughout the remainder of the day into the overnight hours before clearing into early Sunday morning. Temperatures up to 51 degrees Saturday, Sunday 58. Don't forget the rain jacket this weekend. Then into next week, temperatures continue to rise, looking dry through Wednesday with highs towards the lower 70s. First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Shane Scotch.
Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Hour number 2 of our fun-filled Friday freedom fighting. Come on, Kenny. That was like 5.
That was really good.
That was 5.
It's Friday!
5-letter alliteration.
So, yeah, we'll just tell you all, Vic Heads, that if you really want to get on our good side, is just give us an email with all kinds of alliteration, and we'll just read it on the air no matter what topic it is. We don't care.
Absolutely. Okay. So let's go back a couple of days. And I read something that just blew me away about the Pam Bondi testimony in front of that committee, the House committee, and they called it the biggest, best political trap ever.
Yeah.
Because all they wanted to talk about was the Epstein files.
Right.
And all the congressmen and senators got to sit in front of a computer and see all the unredacted files concerning with Jeffrey Epstein. And Ken, a lot of them were, and it was being monitored. The FBI was monitoring what they were doing at the computer.
Mm.
And some of them weren't looking up their own name.
Really?
Yeah. Like Jemiah, what's her name?
Pramila Jayapal?
Yeah. She was searching her own name. Why is that?
Wow.
Make sure she wasn't in it.
Isn't that crazy? Why would she otherwise?
Of course.
Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection.
I think she found it. I think she found the erection in the Epstein files. Literally. So it was great. And you know what? Even my wife was like, Pam Bondi's being a little bitchy here and a little over the top. I loved it, when the ranking member, come on.
Jamie Raskin?
Jamie Raskin, thanks, Ken. Was telling you cannot talk over. He was talking down to her like she was a child.
Oh, yeah. He said, I told you.
Yes.
And she replied.
No. First of all, he was just saying what he was saying. And then she goes, you don't tell me. And he goes, I did tell you. She didn't say, you didn't tell me. She said, you don't tell me how to.
Exactly, yeah.
So he wasn't even listening to what she was saying. So what does that tell you about the rest of the group there, that when she talks, nobody listens?
So nobody cared. And see, this is my problem. They say, well, Pam Bondi, she wasn't using decorum. Okay, you know what? Neither were any of those other people there. The people on the Democrat side that were questioning her had no decorum whatsoever. They didn't care. They didn't care about. They didn't even want to ask her a question. They wanted statements made.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted on the record about this Epstein thing.
They want to make the news. They want to have a soundbite on the news.
That's all.
So, how about a great big brawl here, Ken? You up for a great big brawl? This will be champion Josh Hawley against AG of Minnesota, Keith Ellison, round 1.
Mr. Ellison, let me start with you. You're the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota. Do I have that correct? That's a yes?
Sir, you're aware of my job. You know the answer to that.
You're not going to answer my questions? Are we going to start this way? Are you the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota, yes or no?
You know the answer.
Mr. Ellison, you're in my courtroom now. You're under oath. So I suggest that you answer my questions. You the Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the state of Minnesota, yes or no? Let's try another question. Are you familiar with the $9 billion in historic fraud out of your state, including the $250 million in the Feeding Our Future program alone? You familiar with that? Don't turn to the pages in your book to get your potted answers. Are you familiar with it? Yes or no?
Yes, I am familiar with it.
Very familiar, aren't you? Because the people who ran the Feeding Our Futures program came to you in your official office in the state capitol December 11th, 2021, and asked for your help in getting investigators off their backs. They complained to you for upwards of an hour about state investigators going after them, and they begged you to help them, and you agreed to it, amazingly. And we know you did.
That's not
because
true.
it's all caught on tape.
Down goes Ellison. Down goes Ellison. And Hawley's in his corner, as poised as can be. Just wait. That was just the beginning. These get better and better as we go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, round two. Josh Hawley versus Keith Ellison. First of all, can I? We may have to play that, just the first 20 seconds of that one.
Okay.
Because I didn't realize this until Ken told me off the air. You have to say things for it to be on the record.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So he wouldn't say, and why would he not say, yeah, I'm the Attorney General? Why would he not say that?
It's very confusing because you have to say, he wanted it on the record. That's all Josh Hawley did it for. He said, I need you to put it on the record that you're the AG of Minnesota.
And why did Ellison not want that he's the AG on the record?
That question's still hanging out there.
Play it from the beginning. Listen in the background. Tony brought this out yesterday. I was laughing so hard in my car. Go ahead.
Mr. Ellison, let me start with you. You're the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota. Do I have that correct? That's a yes?
Sir, you're aware of my job. You know the answer to that.
You're not going to answer my questions? Are we going to start this way? Are you the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota, yes or no?
You know the answer.
Jeez.
Ellison, you're in my courtroom
Did you
now.
hear that?
You're under oath.
Yeah.
Somebody goes, jeez. First
The
of all,
Ellison,
jeez. How many hearings has Keith Ellison been in? Plenty, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
On both sides.
He knows. He's the AG, apparently.
But what I'm saying is, let me finish what I'm saying here so you understand. That was my cousin Vinny thing. How many has he that he doesn't know to push that button to turn on his microphone? Because his first response was not on mic. You can hear him, but his mic was not turned on.
Yeah, I had to crank it up, actually.
Right, because he didn't push his button.
Right.
Turn the mic on.
Right.
How many hearings do you have to be at before you know to push the button so your microphone is on?
Well, if you cared, you'd push the button. He didn't care.
He doesn't care. Let's go on to round two. Wide world of sports. Josh Hawley, Missouri Senator. Keith Ellison, Attorney General from the state of Minnesota. Let's go to round two.
Yeah,
every single sentence is caught on tape. Here's what you said. Let's
And
take a look.
obviously you
You
didn't listen
said,
to the
it's not a
tape.
question. You said to them, send me the names of all these folks who are investigating them. You said to them, send me their names, and I'll take that list, and I'll call the person over at Education who is investigating them and say, what's going on? Why am I getting these complaints? Then he went on to say, I already have my team working on this. What day should we get together to discuss it again? You made pledge after pledge to them. You said, we've got to make sure this guy who's investigating them stops it. You said, you have my attention. I'm concerned about this. You said, let's go fight these people, meaning the people who are investigating the fraud.
Okay, and there's a lot more where this came from. Okay, so we're going to play that. But think about this. Keep this in mind. Josh Hawley has the transcripts. Josh Hawley has the documentation here. No matter what this Keith Ellison says, it's there. It's proof that this all happened.
Of course. And what Josh Hawley said there, that must have got by Keith. What's his first name? Yeah, Keith Ellison. Was that it's all on tape. How many times do you see Chuck Schumer saying something now that he said exactly the opposite 20 years ago, and it's all on tape?
Yeah, it's all
Got
there.
all for you to look at, all
All
right?
there.
So there's another round to Josh Hawley, right?
Oh, yeah.
2-1, 10-point must system here. That's a boxing term.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Round three, Josh Hawley, Keith Ellison, round three.
Why'd you do it? Why'd you help him?
Are you going to let me answer?
Please, we're all ears.
So first of all, you're cherry picking quotes out of there.
Why did you help him?
I thought you were going to let me answer.
Why did you
Are you
help
going to
him?
let me answer?
Why did you help
You
him?
let me answer and I'll answer you.
Tell the truth and I'll let you answer.
I will tell the truth.
Good.
Let's do that.
That'd be a nice change. Why'd you help him?
No, now see, Mr. Chairman, I didn't come here to be insulted. I came here voluntarily.
You came here for the truth. Let's have it. Why did you help them? The quotes are here. They're in black and white, and every member of this audience can listen to the recording. It's 54 minutes long. It's all in public. You can Google it right now and listen to it.
And listen to it all.
Why'd you help them?
First of all, I didn't help them.
You did help them.
No, I did not. I certainly didn't.
You're saying you didn't do anything for them. You didn't.
Well, wait a minute.
I already have my team working on this again. That's not you?
I have
ventriloquist?
my team assisted with the information that led to the prosecution and conviction of these people.
No, you didn't. You didn't lift
yes,
a finger
we
to
did.
prosecute them. No, you did not.
No,
You didn't
because
lift a finger
it
to
was a
prosecute
federal
them.
prosecution.
You had, BS. You had whistleblowers come to you as early as 2019.
You're the one talking BS.
Hey, listen, it's my time.
Doesn't know what you're talking about,
Oh,
sir.
no, sir. You now have encountered the truth and you don't like it. Why'd you take their money? Why'd you take their money?
I didn't.
You took $10,000.
No, that's a false statement.
$10,000 9 days after the meeting.
Hawley hits Ellison with a high body blow. Angelo Dundee says he's hurt. Ellison's hurt. Is my Howard Cosell pretty good?
Sounds good.
Listen, this gets better and better, okay?
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Every one we play gets better than the one before it. And there's still 3 to go, I think.
Yeah.
So this is round 4. Senator Josh Hawley, AG Keith Ellison from Minnesota, round 4.
False statement.
You took $10,000. Here's what happened. They went to your office. They solicited money from you. They solicited help from you.
That's also wrong.
They came to your office. It was your official office. You met with them for 54 minutes.
No, they didn't.
asked you for help. You pledged it to them, and they talked repeatedly about money. In fact, it's all they talked about.
That's a lie.
Money, 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 money. They said, we will put our dollars in the right place. We will support candidates that will fight to protect our interests. You replied, that's right. They said, if you are securing your donor base and securing your power base, you can act the way you want. You replied, money is freedom. They said the amount of money circulating, I'm reading the transcript, the amount of money circulating in our community today is powerful, and we haven't realizing it in a meaningful way. And you said, give me the specifics. And 9 days later, you took $10,000 from people who were then indicted. It's in your reports. Why'd you do it?
Sir,
was it worth it?
You know what? This is a theatrical performance.
This is the truth. This is what accountability looks like, of which you've had none. You helped fraudsters defraud your state and this government of $9 billion, and you got a fat campaign contribution out of it. You ought to be indicted.
True.
None of this is speculation. Every bit of this is documented. It's on a video. It's transcript. And he did take money from Feeding Our Future. And Feeding Our Future, they were not only indicted, but they were charged and convicted of actually stealing $250 million from the American people, which, by the way, that's only the surface of it. There's so much more to it. And he has it. He has the documentation right in front of him. Vic, this is the difference. We talked the other day about how these hearings go for both sides doing this, the whole, I guess, what like theater. It's almost like theater, right? They're standing up there asking questions, but they're not really. Mm-hmm. They're just giving their statements, right? They both do it, both sides.
In the forms of questions.
The difference here is that when the Democrats were doing it, it was based on all lies. Mm-hmm. Everything that Josh Hawley says here is all documented truth.
That's great, Ken. You're right. Absolutely right. And I don't know. Again, I don't know. I mean, you and I do this show every day. And we prepare for this show every day. We know what's going on every day. And Keith Ellison, it appears to me, did no planning or preparing for his testimony because he's under the elitist egocentrism of, you guys are all idiots. We're Democrats. We're right. You're Republicans. You're terrible people. So now I don't have to worry about preparing. Let's just go in and do it blind.
That's an excellent point because no one knew that President Trump was going to be the president again. They all thought, well, you know what? Keep going. Yep. Keep going. Because you know what? Next time it's going to be Kamala Harris, and we're going to be in. Tim Walz, the governor of our state, is going to be the VP. We have nothing to worry about.
You know what, Ken? You just reminded me that in the summer of love in 2020, when they were rioting and burning the city of Minneapolis down, who was it that offered to pay for bail and stuff from the people who did it? Do you remember who that was?
Kamala Harris.
Oh,
she actually promoted the idea of getting money. Please donate to our cause to get these people out of jail.
For people in Minnesota. This is where I'm going.
Yes, sir.
People
in
Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
So like you said, they thought Trump was gone for good, and Kamala, who already offered to bail people out of jail, is going to be the new president. We're good.
We're good, man.
So stupid. They're so stupid. All right, I lost count of where we are here.
Let's go, man. We're at number 8.
We're at number 8 already?
Yeah.
All right, it's actually number 8, but round 5 in a heavyweight championship match. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley and Missouri fake AG Keith Ellison, round 5.
You ought to be indicted.
True.
Well, that's the truth.
I think we've made the point. Let's keep the tenor
Well,
just
for
a
the
little more
record,
calm.
I'll ask how I want
he's
to,
lying,
Senator Paul.
and that's the truth.
Oh no, this is all on the record,
no, sir.
Did you bother Did you bother to?
We're going to continue, but I just want to do that one part again because he shuts down Rand Paul.
Well,
that's the truth.
I think we've made the point. Let's keep the tenor just a
for the
little more
record,
calm.
I'll ask how I want
he's
to,
lying.
Senator Paul.
Hold on, stop. I didn't realize that was Rand Paul that said that.
Yes, we need to tone it down. And Josh Hawley said, I'll ask questions the way I want to.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Rand Paul right now is, I don't know what the phrase is. I don't want to say walking on thin ice, but he's saying some stuff that I just don't agree with anymore. I used to.
I know, I did too.
When
I liked his independence, but sometimes it got in the way of things that we were trying to achieve.
Well, when he asked Dr. Fauci questions, you right?
Right.
Senator Paul, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly right.
But now he's so he wants to put the temperature down, and Josh Hawley says, "You shut the hell up! I'll ask the way I want to ask."
Exactly. He was cordial, but I mean, he made the point.
I don't know how to be cordial. Go ahead.
That's the truth.
I think we've made the point. Let's keep the tenor just a
for the
little more
record,
calm.
I'll ask how I want
he's
to,
lying,
Senator Paul.
and that's the truth.
Oh no, this is all on the record,
no, sir.
Did you bother Did you bother to investigate where the money that you facilitated their fraud for, where it went? Do you know where it went, what it was used for, the fraudulent money? I do, because we just heard testimony about it yesterday.
Because we
the
were
funds
key
went
players
to
in the
hundreds of millions of
investigation.
dollars to terrorist groups, to transnational criminal organizations, to the drug trade, to drug trafficking, to child trafficking. And you took $10,000
That's a lie.
and helped them do it. You know, the other thing is whistleblowers came to you as early as 2019. Let's look. As early as 2019, whistleblower. Don't talk over me. As early as 2019, it's my hearing, pal. As early as 2019,
don't call me
whistleblowers came to. Well, I should call you prisoner because you ought to be in jail.
Well, you see what you can
in
do about
2019, whistleblowers came to you in your office and referred to you fraud allegations from Feeding Our Futures, and you blew them off. Listen, your own state newspaper
That's a lie.
investigated it. The Minnesota Star Tribune, the Partners in Nutrition, brought its concerns to the Attorney General's office in 2018 and in 2019, and you did nothing.
Down goes Ellison. He can't continue anymore, but he won't go down. He stays up, and he's going to come and answer the bell for the final round, round number 6.
You did nothing for years. The only action you took is once all these fraudsters came to your office and asked you to get involved and offered you money, then you got involved. Then you took the money, and then you got involved.
They did not come to my office. You're completely wrong about that.
You met with them
I did
for
not take anybody's
54
money.
minutes, and you took $10,000, and they also gave your family money. They gave your family thousands of dollars in campaign contributions in addition to what they gave
a false
you.
statement.
Let's put
this is completely untrue.
The New York
I need
Post.
more popcorn.
Yeah, we know the New York Post.
Minnesota Keith Ellison, AG, accepted campaign donations from individuals linked to the $250 million COVID fraud scheme after they were in your office. The donations came on December 20th.
Sir,
you met with them on December the 11th, and on January 20th, the FBI knocked over their headquarters.
No.
That's the sequence of events here.
No, it's not.
You've been right at the center of this fraud thing from the beginning, and you've enabled it. And sir, you should resign.
And sir, you should resign. I was thinking the same thing about you.
Resign.
I was thinking the same. No, I'm not. I know who you are, but what am I?
Right.
How much more baby stuff can you get?
Don't you cuss on this here radio.
Reigning heavyweight champion of Senate hearings, Josh Hawley. Man, can you turn this up?
That's pretty intense.
It was so intense.
We need this music.
So I want to just very quickly, Chuck Berry song, right?
Yeah.
You never can tell. It was used in Pulp Fiction when John Travolta and what's her name do the dance at that club.
Big hands. She had huge hands.
I never noticed that.
Oh my goodness! Look back. Yeah, huge.
So that was a Chuck Berry song. This version is by Willie and the Poor Boys. Willie being Bill Wyman of the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
And it's a benefit record for ARMS, research for multiple sclerosis.
Awesome.
Because Ronnie Lane had multiple sclerosis, and they were trying to raise money for him and just awareness and stuff. So this is like some of the biggest musicians of the time doing this song with Bill Wyman.
Oh, wow.
That's all I wanted to say. All right, Ken, up next. What are you watching? What are you watching?
What are you watching?
What are you watching?
I'll tell you.
All right.
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Shut your face.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Hi, it's Ken Williams, and my favorite Capriati sandwich is the Capistrami. You've got hot pastrami, melty Swiss cheese, crunchy coleslaw, and zesty Russian dressing. What else do you need? I love Capriati's, and you will too.
On Manchester at McKnight in Rock Hill. When it comes to heating, cooling, and refrigeration, trust the family that's been keeping St. Peter's comfortable since 1974. Hey, it's Susie Moore, and D.L. Pranger HVAC is small enough to care, experienced enough to deliver. Got a competitor's bid? They'll beat it by 20%, guarantee. From home HVAC to commercial refrigeration, beer caves to restaurant coolers, D.L. Pranger does it all. Licensed, insured, and 100% customer satisfaction guaranteed. Call 314-640-9617 or find them on Facebook. That's 314-640-9617.
Why are you going to work? It's Sunday.
It's a brand new show on News Talk STL. JC's Sunday Showgram.
We'll talk love this week, the ups, the downs, and we'll address the occasional debauchery that took place at a certain little building on Watson Road in Crestwood back in the day. And have you ever been fired while using a urinal? Guess who was? All brought to you by the Weber Automotive Group.
Sunday mornings, 7 to 9. Then podcast each Monday on NewstalkSTL.com.
Jamie Allman here, tossing and turning over retirement worries. You're not alone. 3 out of 4 Americans share your concern about having enough saved. But here's the thing. A comfortable retirement isn't out of reach, even if you're planning for 30 or 40 years ahead. Every day, Jeff Portman from the Gemini Wealth Group helps people avoid the critical mistakes that can derail their retirement. Build your path to financial confidence. Visit GeminiWealthGroup.com or call Jeff directly at 314-888-0123.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Dear mattress, you sag, you squeak, you've stopped supporting me. We're done.
This President's Day, upgrade to Beauty Rest Black, Stearns & Foster, or maybe go with a bold new Helix, Molecule, or Copper mattress. Save big up to $1,200. Get pressure map, get real support, and finally sleep like a dang legend. Snooze Mattress Company. If you don't snooze, you lose.
News Talk STL.
All the information I need on the drive to work.
Like Ferguson in the morning. I keep it on throughout the day, whether it's local, national, or something big that's happening overseas.
News, analysis, and opinion.
St. Louis is #1 for conservative talk.
News Talk STL.
Whoosh. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. Vic and Ken. Vic brings the thunder. Ken steals the thunder. Ken, Thunder Stealer. The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
I dare you to try to have more fun in between 9 and noon than on this radio show here, Kenny.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I've ever said it on the air before. I know I've said it with you, but I've never, in the 32 years I've been in radio, had this much fun.
Me too.
I'm not kidding.
Me neither. We have so much fun doing this, and everybody.
And you and I worked together for 14 years.
Right. Totally different atmosphere.
Right.
Where they tell you to shut up and play the music.
Right.
And now we are the music.
Exactly right.
Right?
Man, I love it.
And, our boss, Jeff, if I do something, oh, God, I'm going to be in trouble, Ken.
Here we go.
He's going to say something. Oh, it's great. Okay.
All right.
What are you watching? You're not watching anything?
Oh, what am I watching? I'll let you know here in a minute.
Okay, well,
what are you watching?
What are you watching?
What are you watching? What are you watching?
All right, Captain Kaiser from Fox 2, Thursday 9 and noon.
Correct. Listen to you at 9, watch me at noon.
Yeah.
Yes.
See how considerate she is?
She is. She's so sweet.
She's so considerate. All right, go.
Go. We're going to talk about Solo Mio, 3.5 out of 5 popcorns. Crime 101, 3.5 out of 5 popcorns. And on Apple TV, 4 out of 5 popcorns. Come see me in the good light.
Okay, so I have something to say about this first film, Solo Mio.
Yes.
At the Super Bowl, Kevin James was sitting in a seat that was, the seat next to it was empty. They had to have filmed this before people really started pouring into because it's tight and it looks just like him and the seat next to him are the only two that aren't. Well, he's in one and the one next to him is not taken. And he was sad and he's got a Valentine's Day heart and everything. And I was like, what is going on here? But it was
promo for his movie.
Yeah. Did it work? Did that promo work?
Yes,
You
it
think?
did. Yeah.
Because I didn't know about the movie.
I think it totally worked.
I didn't know at all about the movie.
Okay.
Did you see that?
No.
You don't watch Super Bowl?
No, I didn't.
Ken doesn't watch Super Bowl because he's better than all of us.
No, I don't ever. See, he does that to me all the time.
But anyway, is it a good movie?
It totally worked if you
it
saw
sounds
the
very
movie.
chick flick to me.
Okay, well, it is chick flicky, but if you love Kevin James,
I
did you
don't.
like the way I did that? Oh, you don't.
I don't hate him. I just don't love him.
I like him.
This is what I'm
I
going to
like
tell
Kevin
you
James.
the whole time I was watching the movie. And I don't want to offend your wife in any way before I say this. I needed you sitting next to me in the movie theater to translate all the Italian in this movie because they say as much Italian without subtitles.
Why not? Why no subtitles?
I don't know. I'm just saying there was a lot of Italian going on. And I'm like, dear God, I need Vic here translating what is going on.
Keep in mind, I am not fluent in Italian.
Oh,
at
come
all.
on.
I'm
come
not,
on.
I'm not fluent. I know the
Okay.
curse words and I know the basic, come
Well, I
stai
give
and
you
stuff
credit
like
to
that.
be sitting there translating for me.
Well, anything I know, I
okay?
certainly would have helped you out with.
Right,
But I
right.
can't imagine why. Even though The Godfather did do that. The Godfather did a lot of Italian with no
Yes.
subtitles.
No.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, it's a woman movie because he gets left at the altar, and who leaves Kevin James at the altar?
that explains the promo at the Super Bowl.
Right,
He's all sad,
right.
Ken.
He's all sad.
in a tuxedo, sitting by himself at the
Oh,
Super
yeah.
Bowl.
Because he got
gets-
left at the altar.
Right.
Right.
I saw the preview.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just a feel-good movie from beginning to end.
Yeah.
It got 3.5 out of 5 popcorns because Angel Studios does some really fantastic, heartwarming movies. I need them to get an actual videographer who can do what needs to be done. That's what I need them to do. Does that make sense?
Of course it does.
Like, we did a lot of close-ups that were so shaky. I'm like, please, dear God, I want to sit still in my seat while I'm watching, right?
You know what? It makes sense, and I think they're a growing production company.
Absolutely. So I
They're-
don't want
they're
to
awesome.
discount what they're doing.
Right, but no, you're right. I think they need to get more into that. Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm confused here. Hold on.
Okay.
We're still talking about Solo Mio, right?
Yes.
Was that in theaters or was that
It's in theaters.
on Angel? What does Angel Studios have to do with it?
They created the film. They produced the film.
Oh, I thought they were just a platform. Well, yeah, I
No,
guess
yes.
yeah.
No, no,
Netflix
no.
is a platform and they make their own stuff.
Yes,
So
yes.
Angel Studios has a lot of Third Reich stuff, and I don't want to pay for another subscription. I guess I'm just
It's
cheap.
I think it's Christian based.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So it's a good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, it's a really heartwarming movie, and everybody should go this weekend to the theater and see it.
All right. So Crime 101. The only person that I don't like in this cast is Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
Everybody else I'm good with. Though. Go ahead.
I was going to say, because Barry Keoghan is as creepy as ever in this movie. And I don't know that that's acting anymore because he is so creepy in everything he does.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, is he really acting or is
I need
he
help
just
here.
a
Who is
really
who is
creeper?
this guy? Give me something else he's been in.
Oh, younger. Oh, God.
I'll look him
Really creeper. Yeah, look it up, please, because
Very-
they're not coming. And
Yeah.
we're talking about Crime 101.
Right.
Let's go back here. We're talking about the movie Crime 101 in theaters this weekend with Chris Hemsworth and Halle Berry and that terrible person, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, when I saw the preview on it, I liked it. I liked the idea, and I think Chris Hemsworth he's playing something different.
He's playing a thief.
Yeah,
And we can say that. You get that in the trailer. Yeah,
Sure.
he's playing a thief, but he's playing a nice thief. He wants your jewels. He wants to make the money off of those jewels, but he never hurts anyone. He never, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's not a guy Vic would fall in love with because he's not shooting anybody. He's not punching anybody. He's not. He's not
Sounds-
doing any of that.
That's not what the trailer really portrays.
Well, there
The
are
trailer
some
portrays
action
lots of shoot-'em-ups.
scenes, and there are those
and accidents and things. Yeah.
right? But he's not. No.
All right, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I have no idea who he is. I even went down his
Serious?
IMDb. No idea. The face it's not jumping out at
Oh,
me.
there's some younger listeners. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, but anyway, Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry. My husband went
Love
with
her.
me to see this movie, so we were both happy.
Nick Nolte? Who doesn't love Nick Nolte?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Nick Nolte is a bad guy.
Love that even
There
more.
you go.
Love that
right,
even more.
Right.
Was he the bad guy? Oh, no, Robert De Niro was the bad guy in the remake of Cape Fear, right?
Yes.
And Nick Nolte was the family getting terrorized.
Right. Right.
Jennifer Jason Leigh, this is the girl from Fast Times at
Yes.
Ridgemont High?
Yes.
What does she look like now? She look
Yes.
great?
Well, she looks nice, yes, and she has about a whole 2 minutes in this movie.
Mr. Perv, yes.
Okay, if you want to go there.
She looks nice.
Well, you know, I tried not to
You did fine.
objectify
You
Chris
did-
Hemsworth,
But you would, wouldn't you?
but I would.
Come on,
yes.
tell us the
Yes,
truth. Okay.
Yes. That's why
See?
my husband and I were both smiling throughout the whole movie. This is the movie you should go to the theater this weekend and see,
Not
because
gonna
for
go
the
to the
ladies, Chris Hemsworth is very yummy, and for the guys, Halle Berry is, God, the woman is just drop dead gorgeous. I mean, I'll give my husband that one all day long. Like, okay, cool.
Wow. Okay.
Not a problem.
This is really going to sound crazy to all you guys.
Uh-huh.
I think she looked the hottest ever in the Flintstones.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you liked her in that outfit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you see the
Okay.
original Flintstones with John Goodman?
Yeah, but I saw Swordfish also.
Oh, I didn't see Swordfish. Did she
Mm.
look good in that?
Mm.
Well, I don't want to go into it too much, but yeah.
You perv!
I know.
You are a perv!
I know.
All right, quickly.
My husband loved her in the John Vic flick she was in, too. So.
Come See Me in the Good Light.
Yeah,
What's that
it's a
about?
documentary
Mhm.
on Apple TV Plus. It is up for an Academy Award in March, and it is about a poet laureate by the name of Andrea Gibbons who has been diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
And it's her plight to not only beat cancer, but continue to do what she does as a poet and not let what she's facing. She has incurable cancer. Okay, so she's going through all the process, all the treatments, everything that she can possibly do to stay on this earth. The message that rang loudest for me throughout, I'm going to try not to get choked up here, is the fact that what do we do when we are faced with our mortality? Now, we all think we're going to live forever, and all of us around here are about the same age. We think we got a good 20, 25 years left to really rock and roll what we're going to do, right? But when you're faced with your own mortality, and they're saying 6 months, 2 years tops, and you're willing to do anything and everything you can possibly do to stay on this earth, it really hits home. And I know that we've all probably had people, I've had very dear friends who have passed from breast cancer and things over the years, and you just kind of sit back and you take it all in. And the point it's called Come See Me in the Good Light is she's trying to stay alive so that she can do one more live show, right, as a poet laureate, and share all of her poems with everyone.
Yeah, I was really torn by this because,
Mhm.
well, I did lose my father to cancer.
Right.
And I shut his eyes myself. So I sat in the room with him.
Mhm.
And yeah, at those last moments, you do realize that I want more. I want to be able to reconcile a lot of things
Right.
in my life. A little torn,
Mhm.
in this that I'm going to be, brutally honest
Please
with you
be
here.
honest.
The relationship she has with her
Her girlfriend.
significant
her
other,
partner,
yeah,
yes.
that's a little unsettling for me. Only because I just don't believe in that.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't like hate these people at all.
No.
I mean, it's such a heartwarming story overall
Mhm.
that I got past it.
Right.
It was no big deal for me. I mean, I have a gay sister. I mean, it doesn't,
Right.
do what you
Right.
want when you're an adult. I don't care.
Right. That's how
So-
I've always been. Hey, whoever you like, good for you.
Yeah, great.
Right?
Wonderful.
Right? But that doesn't mean that determines my life or my choices, right?
Just in the bit that I saw,
Mhm.
I got totally sucked into this because of the
And that's why
experiences
it's up
I
for an
had.
Academy Award.
And I think a lot of people have experienced that same, have empathy for this person.
Absolutely.
All right, I have nothing against this film. It's not for me. This film is
No,
not-
really?
This film is not for me. All right, now you wanted to circle back on Melania.
I did.
Why?
Well, Ken was gonna. Did you guys get to go see it?
Really liked the movie.
Mhm.
Whether I would be conservative or not, I think she's a dazzling individual.
Mhm.
We watched it. I went with my wife and I went with another couple. It was just a great, almost like a documentary. I wish they would have gone behind the scenes more.
Absolutely.
I think that they showed everything about her in the 20 days leading up to the inauguration. It was great.
Right.
But I think they needed to be more like her kicking her feet up on the couch and just kind of watching TV with President Trump. He was in there a lot, which I liked.
Towards the end.
Yeah, he was in there.
Towards the end.
But, I mean,
you
it
get
was
to
good.
see
I
more
thought it was good.
interaction between the two of them than we ever get to see.
If you're
right?
conservative and you like President Trump, you're going to love this. You really are.
I think you wanted to see her as a wife more than First Lady.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of, and, I don't like her, but Arnold Schwarzenegger's ex-wife, Maria Shriver, works at ABC News, was married to him, and she was married to him when I was interviewing her on the Crazy Three-Ring Circus radio station that I worked at, and it was like a day after my wife was yelling at me for leaving my socks all over the kitchen, I'm all over the living room floor. So I said, does the governor, leave his socks all around the floor? She goes, no, T-shirts. If I find one more T-shirt, I'm going to hang him with it. And I was like, wow, I just stripped this first lady down to just a wife,
there
a frustrated
you go.
wife.
Right.
And that's it. And maybe we did see it because maybe that's the way they are. They're not like that, Vic. Like us, like everybody.
Real people?
Yeah, but maybe we did see that behind us because she did talk about her son and showed what their little bit about their relationship. But it just wasn't like, I couldn't relate because it was so, man, I mean, just...
Right.
I don't what the life of a extremely wealthy person. It's just I don't know.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. I had two very nice ladies sitting next to me and I went to see it in O'Fallon, Illinois, and on the Democratic state that I live in across the river, O'Fallon, Illinois is the stronghold for Republicans.
Okay.
Okay. So, and I didn't purposely decide to go there. It's just the closest theater that was showing the movie, and I wanted to go the weekend that it popped, right? There was people cheering at the end of that movie, except the two ladies that were sitting next to me, and they were kind of perturbed, let's use that word, at the opulence of all of it, because I could hear them talking back and forth between the two of them. The fact that, well, isn't it nice that she can go from New York City to Washington, D.C., to Mar-a-Lago, right? Anytime she wants. I'm like, well, she has 3 homes. She's not the only person in the world, right, that has 3 homes that she's going back and forth to. What I loved most about the movie, and what we never see hardly at all in the mainstream media, is what the woman's working towards as she's taking this position seriously.
Yeah.
She took it
Big
seriously
time.
last
Yes.
time. She's taken it seriously again. And she is truly working for our children.
Children, exactly.
Right? And we never hear anything about what she's working for the foster children. We
hold
never
on.
hear anything.
These two ladies sitting next to you.
Yeah.
When the movie starts playing,
Mm-hmm.
did one of them say to the other, so they have money? They're rich?
No.
No, and see
no.
but see here, that's what I'm talking about though. I mean, I love the idea that there's a billionaire like that. I think it's great that she can go from place to place to place. That was the cool part, I thought.
Right.
When generally speaking, the conversations we have with left-wing Democrats, and I'm going to put that out there, they don't like that. They don't like when someone has money. And they say, well, look at them. They're
Well,
just...
and I'm not saying that I don't know what their political affiliation was, right?
Sure.
They were just kind of put out at the fact of we had 3 homes. A lot of it, if you love fashion, is definitely you want to see this movie.
Oh,
because
wow.
The woman is incredibly and impeccable, and she is as much in the fashion that she wears as a designer, so you definitely want to see that.
What I was trying to say was, and I didn't make my point very
I'm
well
sorry.
clearly. It wasn't my fault. I didn't make my point clear. That they have 3 homes. They go to Mar-a-Lago, New York, D.C. And if you don't know that now,
right,
that Donald Trump is a billionaire and they have lots of money, and then you go to the theater and, oh, Marge, they're rich. They're not like us. They have money. They have money. All right,
Right.
we're out of time here. I don't know what to do. Landman, good? Yeah?
Yes.
Thumbs up on Landman?
Saw the rest of it. And
Okay, we'll
it's a
circle
cool,
back to that next week then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Kathy Kaiser, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
What are you watching?
Thanks, Kathy.
Okay. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So let's look at some of the loving stuff that happened on February 14th in history. Okay?
All right.
That's all next. On 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL, your Valentine's Day station, baby.
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Hey, how you doing?
On News Talk STL.
Okay, let's talk about Rob and Kathy Connor, who own Connor Roofing. It was funny the other day, Ken, I had to restrain myself because I saw this thing. We need 5 families who need a new roof. We'll put the new roof on for you. I almost replied, Goober alert! Goober alert! Don't go to these people because you don't know who they are. And they might be gone in a week.
Exactly, and to your point, I was driving down Page and I saw a truck. It was a roofing truck, and it was dry as a bone type roofing. That's what was the name of it. They had Indiana plates.
Oh, man.
So maybe they came in town long enough to do stuff and leave again, you know?
I don't want to accuse anybody of something nefarious that might not be nefarious, but, what are they doing in Missouri?
Right.
They're going to be here, take your deposit maybe, and just split.
Yeah.
Just roofing and Connor should be synonymous terms in the dictionary. If you get a thesaurus and you look up roofing in the thesaurus, Connor should be the word that...
Exactly right.
So listen, count on Connor for an honest estimate. Quality work, great customer service after the sale. You can get them at ConnorRoofing.com, CONNER roofing.com.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps in the afternoon.
The Senate has failed to advance DHS funding, teeing up a partial shutdown. Congressman Dr. Bob Onder will give us all the details at 4:40.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps. Weekdays at 4 on News Talk STL.
The boats are back at Missouri's premier boat and fishing show.
February 20th through 22nd at America Center.
Take advantage of screaming deals on hundreds of boats.
Check out wake surf and pontoon boats,
fishing boats and luxury cruisers,
personal watercraft, and more.
Enjoy non-stop entertainment.
Live stingrays, pro angler demos.
Get ready for fun in the sun
at the St. Louis Boat and Fishing Show.
February 20th through 22nd at America Center.
Go to stlouisboatshows.com for info. Kids are free.
Columbo here for my friends at Bluff City Outdoors in Alton. The knowledgeable staff at Bluff City has served the St. Louis outdoor community for decades, and they can take care of all your bow hunting needs, all your trapping needs, all your fishing needs, and more. Plus, while you're there, you can schedule a trip with a local fishing guide and shoot in their archery range. Bluff City Outdoors is open 7 days a week, 1 mile east of Fast Eddie's at 2813 East Broadway in Alton. Follow them on Facebook and at bluffcityoutdoors.com.
I'm Dr. TJ, owner of the Institute of Natural Health, co-owner of Optimal Nutraceuticals, and the host of Wellness One. Wellness One is designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you common sense science-based information regarding health and wellness. On the show, we discuss topics like thyroid health, gut health, hormone optimization, and many others. Our show airs Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. right here on Newstalk STL. And you can visit us at INHSTL.com. That's INHSTL.com.
Fox News Commentary with Jason Chaffetz next.
If you're over 40 and plan to retire someday, the window to protect what you've built may be smaller than you realize. As retirement moves from someday to on the horizon, protecting what you've built becomes just as important as growing it. And that's where Noble Gold Investments comes in. They help investors reduce risk by adding gold and silver to their portfolios. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com, noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals involves risk. Consult with your tax or financial professional before making investment decisions.
Here's Jason Chaffetz.
The Democrats on the left have taken a turn, and not necessarily for the better. Now, I recognize that I'm a very conservative person, but what I've seen is the old school Democrats, the ones who, your parents maybe used to be. They were blue dog Democrats, but you know what? They still love the flag. They still love their country. They love the military. They love the police. Those were like things we all agreed on. We believed in different things on the social front and maybe what kind of safety net we provide, but it was not the stark difference of today. there seems to be a concerted effort on the left to push away from prosperity, and that freedom and liberty and our form of government allows for winners and losers, quite frankly.
For more commentary like this, go to foxnewspodcast.com.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
I'm gonna grab a bite to eat. You want like a sandwich or something?
What kind of sandwich ain't too fattening?
I have the sandwich.
On StokesSTL.
Okay.
It's Friday.
Friday. Ken, I can't do chick flicks. I can't do it.
No, and you shouldn't have to. It's all about entertainment, you know. Everybody has a little thing. That's like we were talking about your book a little bit, and you said, oh, it has everything. It has time travel, and I said, ooh, time travel.
Yeah, I like time travel.
Well, you didn't read my book because otherwise you would know that. And I said, yes, I read your book. I was just commenting on time travel.
Yeah. Well, I'm a time travel freak. You know that.
I love that. Yeah.
And one of these days, it's funny. You write a book for the first time, and you have a character, and that character is actually you. In certain ways, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And my main character, Jason, is kind of me, you know. Okay, so Ken.
Yeah, Vic.
I just want don't do that to me. Yeah, Vic. What would you like,
Victor,
little boy?
What's up?
You want some pudding? Is that what you want?
Ice cream.
Some ice cream and a cone. You change your diapers. Tomorrow, Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Valentine's Day. The day of love, right? Go out to dinner, you get roses and chocolate.
How you doing?
You say to your girl, hey, how you doing? Take her out to dinner, right? And then you have a little funny time at night, right? Yeah. Ken.
Yeah, Vic.
Let's go through some of the things that happened on Valentine's Day, the day of love.
Yes.
Okay? Let's start in 1929, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. 7 rivals of Al Capone's gang were executed in a garage by men dressed as police officers. Very lovingly, though.
Love.
Very, very lovingly. 1989. Iran's Ayatollah Khomeini issued a fatwa calling for the death of author Salman Rushdie over his novel The Satanic Verses.
World love.
Lovely. It's a lovely fatwa, though. It's not your normal fatwa. This is a loving fatwa. What a stupid word that is.
Fatwa.
2013. Olympic gold medal sprinter Oscar Pistorius shoots and kills his girlfriend.
Aww.
Claiming he mistook her for an intruder.
Mm.
Because when people intrude into your house, they always dress in like a sexy skirt, black skirt, and heels and stuff.
Sure.
You see all this love stuff that's happening?
Full of love.
Yeah.
I love you to death.
Literally. And the last one we'll talk about, which is a terrible story, but it did happen on February 14th, Parkland High School shooting.
Oh, man.
In Florida. But I love doing that,
Horrible.
and I love the reaction of people when I say, St. Valentine's Day Massacre happened on this.
Yeah, right. That's you did not warn me.
No. So, Ken, sometimes just your honest, visceral reaction just gives me a warm feeling. Not like that, just because I'm not gay. Are you gay?
No.
I'm not gay either. Not there's anything wrong
No,
with me.
nothing.
So my friends are gay.
So
my father's gay. So anyway, Valentine's Day is great, and some of our partners, some of our friends, have some good solutions. Anthony's Produce, for example.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
The chocolate-covered strawberries for your sweetie.
And they don't skimp on the covering. The
They
chocolate,
don't,
man. Wow.
Man, if your wife loves chocolate or if you love chocolate, man, Anthony's Produce is just the way to go. And flowers, they have roses too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is that they actually had chocolate-covered strawberries shaped into footballs for the Super Bowl. That was awesome.
They did. But the really cool one that I took for my wife was a chocolate coverage. I took a couple of footballs. They were
Did you? Okay.
But the other one I took was it had the little candies. You know the little candies that say "Hi, love you."
Oh yeah, yeah.
It had one
Be
of those.
mine.
Right? Yeah, right. Be mine. It had that in it. So I don't know, but Havana 1961, right, Ken? They're.
Let's see. I'm looking at the clock because I want to make sure. Yeah, she's probably not listening.
Oh no!
So
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to ruin it, Ken. I'm sorry.
No. I think I can. I think I'm pretty well. Okay, I have to say it now. I have to.
I just ruined everything.
No, I just hope. Yeah, I don't think she's listening now. So I'm gonna tell you. All right, everybody, keep it right here. Don't tell anybody. My wife, by the way.
Right.
We're gonna go to Havana 1961 restaurant tomorrow night.
And they are great friends of ours.
Yes, and we've got reservations. I just love the atmosphere there. Caddy and I went there before, and we were like, wow, the food is so amazing. So we're going to take my brother and his wife, and she doesn't know about it, by the way. I hope she's not listening. But we're going to go out there and just make it we're going to go place afterwards because it's an early reservation. So we'll get there about 7 and do it, and then head out and have some fun.
We're going to head out to, again, in case Jessica's listening, don't tell anybody. L.A. Juicy Seafood in O'Fallon, who came with that lobster boil here, remember?
Oh, that would be great.
Ken, I got to tell you, this is not a paid commercial.
No,
for
none of this is.
L.A. Juicy Seafood. But my wife didn't stop talking about that food for a week. I mean, the lobster was great. The little corns on the cob. No, when I say it's corn on the cob, just cut. The andouille sausage. I mean, everything in it was just great.
Amazing, yeah. And they use real butter for all the sauces. My wife loved it as well. And again, I didn't expect to talk about this just now, and we're not endorsing it. I mean, it's
Valentine's Day though.
It's fact, yeah.
It's the day of love, right?
It's the day of love.
It's the anniversary of the St. Valentine's Day massacre.
Right.
It's all these things that that happened. I swear to God, I've been doing that, what I just did to you guys, for years on the radio, just for years. And the whole thing about St. Valentine is St. Valentine was executed himself. And somehow that became the day of love. I don't.
Oh, you mean like a Romeo and Juliet type of scenario?
He was a saint, Valentine.
Okay.
I think he really had 3 miracles, not just a couple of card tricks.
Okay.
And they killed him.
Oh.
They executed him. Because they did that stuff back then, Ken.
Yeah.
If they didn't understand you, they just killed you. Don't you agree?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I mean, there are people who don't have that significant other. Because I've seen many of those. I used to be completely. I was actually at one point resigned to being single for the rest of my life. I said, okay, that's probably what's going to happen. Then I met my wife 30 years ago. But
that's awesome.
Before that, I really thought, and I'd see Valentine's Day, and that was a night to go out, man. It was fun.
Yeah. One year we were going to go out, and the restaurant we went to, I won't name the restaurant. We sat down, and they said it was going to be, whatever amount of time that we were not interested in waiting because we have no patience. And so we were like, oh, that's okay. So we went to a couple other restaurants, couldn't get seated, went back to that place. Okay, finally sat you down. Instead of giving me a fork to eat my dinner, they gave me like a little tiny shrimp fork, like a little baby fork.
Yeah.
My wife was like, I can't do this. So we left. And we went to Fuddruckers that night.
Nice.
That was our romantic dinner, was Fuddruckers.
But you had big portions.
We did, man. We had a big old cheeseburger at Fuddruckers. Okay. I should be telling you about stuff about the radio station.
Yeah.
I'm terrible about that. So the Winter Games coverage, we have reports all throughout the day. I love the Olympics, as you probably know. I love when Olympians are proud to be American and they drape themselves in the American flag and they say USA and I love America, and some of them even say I love Trump, and I hate the ones that bash our country.
Well, I'll tell you, Channel 5 has been, the national NBC has been promoting a lot of Americanism now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Duh.
We love USA. They've been doing a lot of that the last couple of days.
Like the crowds that usually come to New York to the studios are now in Italy saying USA, USA.
It's not pleasant to hear it, but Missouri is falling behind in its spending of state tax dollars, education, and health care. But there are ways to get Missouri moving forward again and produce a better life for all of us. That's why we at the Show Me Institute put together a 2026 Missouri Blueprint, a roadmap on how the state can move to a brighter future. The blueprint covers policy ideas from taxes to government transparency, from education to healthcare and budget reform. Let's allow students to attend the school of their choice. Let's adopt new proven methods to help the many school kids who can barely read. Let's limit state spending growth for Missouri's long-term financial stability. And let's invest in future needs with more nuclear energy. Why not common sense reforms to make things better for all Missourians? Check out our 2026 Missouri Blueprint, moving Missouri forward at showmeinstitute.org. The Show Me Minute has been brought to you by Show Me Institute and Show Me Opportunity.
Concerned about the condition of your windows driving up your energy bills? I was too. It's only called STL Windows and Doors. Their Provia windows combine old world craftsmanship, the professional way, the Provia way, with over 65 years of combined experience, locally owned, offering competitive pricing and personalized service that the big box companies can't match. Call today for your free in-home estimate and start saving tomorrow. 314-277-5952 or stlwindowsanddoors.com.
1949, the last time a Republican held the top post in St. Louis City. A gallon of milk was 84 cents and streetcars ran down Grand Avenue. Unfortunately, St. Louis City streets are no longer the epicenter of family and business life. In the 80 years of Democrat control, our city has been on a steady decline.
Hello, Kirk Ilsinger, chairman of the Republican Party for the city of St. Louis, and we believe it is our duty to provide a different path forward. I invite you to our meetings the first Thursday of every month. Learn more at stl-gop.com.
Paid for by St. Louis City Republican PAC. Curtis Farber, Treasurer.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. After Democrats on Capitol Hill rejected an outreach from the White House, several functions of the Department of Homeland Security face at least temporary shutdowns at midnight tonight. U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson says this is nothing more than political posturing, and the ones paying the price for this stalemate will be the American people.
Well, it means more frustration and pain for no obvious reason. We got 11 of the 12 separate appropriations bills passed through both chambers of Congress and signed into law, but the Homeland Security bill was stalled by the Democrats because they want to try to make a political point. Here's the irony. Holding up the funding for the Department of Homeland Security has no impact on that whatsoever because we pre-funded ICE operations in the big, beautiful bill. So it's funded all the way through the end of the Trump administration.
Speaker Johnson appeared on the Salem News program this week on Capitol Hill with Tony Perkins. The entire interview will be broadcast starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Time Saturday on the Salem News Channel. The world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, has been ordered to sail from the Caribbean to the Middle East. That puts more American firepower behind President Trump's threat to Iran that it must make a deal with the U.S. over its nuclear program. A lawyer from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, has made history as the nation's oldest Winter Olympian. Here's correspondent Gethin Coolbaum.
U.S. curler Rich Ruohonen made Olympic history after joining the team as an alternate at the end of the game. On Thursday, the U.S. men trailed Switzerland 8-2 in their opening round-robin match when they subbed him in. At 54, he became the oldest American to compete at the Winter Olympics. Ruohonen stepped onto the ice and delivered a solid shot as teammates cheered. Ruohonen also balances the role with a full-time law practice. He trains before dawn, works all day, and handles Zoom hearings on the road. I'm Gethin Coolbaum.
More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. A lot of us are thinking about taxes, home projects we've been putting off, ways to get ahead financially in 2026. Now's the perfect time to talk to my friends at Fellowship Home Loans. If you want to lower your mortgage payment, they can help you refinance. If you need access to cash for home improvements or to wipe out high-interest debt, their fixed-rate line of credit is one of the best tools out there. Fast approval, predictable rate, and flexibility to use your home's equity wisely. Remember, many people still qualify to skip their next 2 mortgage payments. Imagine starting big projects or paying down debt with 2 months of breathing room. My family and I have used Fellowship personally. I trust these guys. Take control of 2026. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G or call 800-510-MIKE. That's 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Stifel, serving investors for over 130 years. Contact your Stifel financial advisor at stifel.com. That's STIFEL.com.
The Herzog Foundation is the vision of its founder, Stanley Herzog, and it exists to promote quality Christ-centered K-12 education nationwide.
Hi, this is Chris Stegall with the Herzog Foundation. We offer a wide variety of resources relevant to today's families, including a free online publication called The Lion. The lion is one of God's most majestic creatures, symbolizing strength and courage. Named for its attributes, the Lion publication carries articles covering a wide range of topics facing American families and culture, especially related to the education of children. The Lion can be found online at readlion.com. That's READ lion.com.
Sign up for The Lion at readlion.com and find dozens of must-read articles published every day. Visit readlion.com and subscribe for the weekly and daily digests so you never miss an article. Readlion.com. That's readlion.com.
Lower your car payment today. Lower your car payment today. Yes, you heard us right. You can lower your car payment right now by making this free call and save up to $1,400 a year on your current car payments. Think about your current car payment right now. What's that costing you per year? Now think about what it would be like to put an extra $1,400 back in your pocket. That's the average savings our customers experience. We can help you drive the same car and pay less every month by lowering your car payments interest rate to as low as 4.67%. At Rate Genius, we can work with you to refinance any car payment. If you qualify, it costs you nothing to find out how you can lower your car payment. To learn more, call this number right now.
800-493-5670. 800-493-5670. 800-493-5670. That's 800-493-5670.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by the Trolley Stop Bakery, the official bakery of the Vic Porcelli Show. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
A 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
We squeeze in a dry hump day under partly sunny skies.
From New Jersey to Baldwin, Missouri, two behind the microphone, taking the whoosh to the radical left and the putrid swamp. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show. Here he is, Vic Porcelli.
Pick up that bobblehead right there. Isn't that cool?
It's really cool.
That's
absolutely.
It's a bobblehead of. Look, it's bobbling right as we speak. It's a bobblehead of President Trump hugging the flag. That iconic photo of him hugging the flag. And we're going to give away a whole bunch of those on President's Day on Monday.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. So be listening all throughout the day from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I guess Larry doesn't get to do it.
Oh, well. We'll do one for him.
But right now, we're joined by our great friend, Chris Cooper from Serenity Wealth Management. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Great, man.
Good.
Always good to see your face. It's Friday the 13th. What about some... Well, you did it better. You do the alliteration.
Oh, I love alliterations. You guys have mentioned it several times, so I do a lot with alliteration because it's fun, right?
Yeah.
Fun with finance, example, right?
Right.
It's Friday, so Friday the 13th.
Fantastic feature.
Let's
Fun
talk a
with
little bit about
finance.
your financial fears.
Financial
you know,
fears.
why not, right?
Right.
So, and that's a big deal. We always have financial fears, and it's very hard to talk about, but it's important to have those conversations because if you don't have them, they stay tucked in, and you don't actually solve those fears.
Nobody
right?
wants to be homeless. Nobody wants to have no money.
Yeah, well, no one wants to, there's a lot of things out there. No one wants, it's that unknown. I think that fear of the unknown is actually worse than life itself, right? Because you just got to have answers. We just need answers.
I guess that's one thing. We were talking about time travel before. I guess that's one thing that's bad about time travel is you go in the future and you go, oh, my God. I live in the street. I live in this tent on Olive Street.
I should have gone and talked to Chris.
I should have.
Well, you'd have to try to change it, right? Anyone would.
Yeah.
You know?
You'd have to.
I
Not
mean,
good to
come
change
on.
history. Not good to change
Well,
history.
that's what I think that movie was all about, but I don't know. He did it to him. I mean, look at that little flying train he ended up with at the end.
What are we talking about?
Oh no, now I'm going to get him into Back to the Future.
What
here.
he's talking about,
Oh,
Back to
geez.
the Future reference.
Back to the Future, everything worked out fine.
But he's still got something to his advantage. You don't just go to get a flying train out of nowhere. I mean, come on.
The train didn't fly.
Oh, it did fly.
Not the one that got Marty back to the present.
See, I'm so sorry for this derailment, folks.
Derailment, train word.
Oh, good one.
Oh, nice.
You
Man,
are
see, I'm a
good.
punny guy, you know?
All right, anyway.
He's a punny guy.
I'm never going to get him to talk again, I think. He's going to just lose it here.
So you got this radio show from what I hear.
Yeah, the Serenity Wealth Now Show. We have a good time doing that one, too.
What's it called?
The Serenity Wealth Now Show.
I thought it was fun with finance.
Well, that's just, I hashtag
Happens
that.
to be fun
That's
with
the
finance.
feature.
That's
That's
right.
the feature.
That's
and
right.
so Chris walks in and he says, yeah, let's talk about the show Sunday. I got this guest coming in. And he said the person's name, and Ken and I were both like, hey, wait a minute.
That can't be the same
we
person.
know her.
Yeah.
Robin Ragland.
Yeah.
We championed her music from the very beginning,
Oh,
did
yeah.
we not? At the
Loved
river?
her, man.
Yeah.
Her
was
music
great.
is awesome.
Did she mention us?
Yeah, I tried to get her to actually sing for me, and she wouldn't. So we're going to work on that.
That's not
another
what I
time.
asked you.
Yeah. Well, yes, she mentioned you. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm never going to get off of this.
Never.
topic. So,
She mentioned me?
absolutely. Everybody does, Vic.
Okay, let's move on.
This is a bunch of crap, okay? I don't need to be patronized by you because I'm patronized by him every day. All right, so let's get serious. So Robin Ragland now is an estate lawyer.
She is an
How
estate
about that,
attorney
Ken?
right
That's
here in the
crazy.
St. Louis area. Yep. So, we talk about the importance of estate planning on Valentine's Day weekend, which is really awesome, very important. So, a little bit of topics, wills and trusts. I say irrevocable, and she says irrevocable or whatever the heck. I can't say it that way. You know what I'm saying? Irrevocable. That's what I say.
How else would you say it?
Irrevocable or something. I can't do
doesn't
it.
sound
It doesn't work for. Well, it does for her. She sounds.
Is it a geographic thing?
I
or-
don't think so because she's from the same area I am, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know. Like I said, there's a listener right there going,
Irrevocable?
I don't say it like that. That's the way. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But does that sound weird to you?
It's as weird as formidable.
Yeah.
You see, he's a formidable.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Schedule
But
instead of schedule.
Now you're in a different country.
I know.
right,
I know.
yeah.
UK.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Aluminum.
you got any more?
That's
No, I don't.
that's a country thing too, and
It
that-
is.
Yeah.
UK. I
Yeah.
just thought I'd throw it out there.
So you and Robin are going to talk about
We're going
me
to talk
and what else?
about Vic. Of course, estate planning is the topic, folks. It's really about just caring for your loved ones, and I always say, give the gift that always is something that is going to last a lifetime, right? And that is making sure you have your plans in order. Estate planning is very tedious. People think it's boring. People are afraid of that. It's one of those financial fears, right? But at the end of the day, if you don't have those conversations, somebody's going to have them for you. They're not going to be your goals, your wishes, your objectives. And, it's just one of those things that you want to make sure your loved ones
You're
are
going to end
ready
up
for.
leaving your money to the government.
Yeah, well, you could. Or, and I think your wife's a nurse, right?
She is.
Yeah, so doesn't she need the ability to help people?
Yeah.
Including when they are incapacitated?
Yes.
There's a legal document you kind of have to have in order for that attorney or that healthcare person to be able to assist. And that is a legal document. Power of attorney. It's kind of important.
Oh, I do
It's
hear
a
that
healthcare
word.
power of attorney. It's very important. It gives you the ability to make decisions on the behalf of your loved one. Gotta have it. It's a big
and
deal.
keeping with the Valentine's theme, you're giving something to your loved ones.
You're giving clarity, right? I mean, what better gift can you give than clarity in your future?
Yeah.
Understanding what your goals and wishes are.
So I think one of the coolest things about you is let's have a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's always about.
Nothing too heavy. Let's just have a conversation.
There's a lot of heaviness that comes with these kind of conversations, right? The stock market, what's going on there, what's going on with the economy. Do I have enough money? I don't want to pay the government in taxation. What can I do to avoid those things? There's a lot that goes into that, long-term care planning, another big topic, and estate planning. But at the end of the day, it's really kind of simple. I don't want my money going where I don't want it to go. I want to make sure I can afford to do the things I want to do for the rest of my life, and I want to enjoy myself. That's it. That's what we need to have a conversation about, and then we need to come up with the plan to get us there. And people have so much more clarity when they have an understanding of what their goals look like and how it gets funded, right?
And Chris, earlier Vic and I were talking about this, and this is a big deal for me because I at one point was looking around, and it was scary for me to even talk to anybody because, man, I mean, it is a heavy heavy topic, very important in your life. And I went to this one place, and this guy would not leave me alone for years, literally years. I had to block him, everything. You don't do that, right?
No.
I mean, if someone's saying, I need to talk to Chris, but I'm kind of hesitant because of this, you tell
Let's
them.
talk. Yeah, come on in. Have a quick conversation. See what it's all about. I mean, I always tell people, ask me anything. I'll talk about anything as long as I can also learn a little bit about where you like to go, what you like to do, what you like to do for fun. What's your family like? Those are the things that really matter. And then the rest kind of starts playing, working itself through. We'll figure all that stuff out. But I can't look at somebody's financial information without understanding what it's supposed to do,
Okay.
Because if it's just numbers on a piece of paper, right?
What's that phrase he always uses, Vic?
What's that phrase?
The one about the life that you deserve or the retirement.
Well, you always say that you should have the retirement that you deserve. I never hear anybody else talk
lifestyle
about that.
you deserve, right? Like that's
it. Lifestyle you deserve.
Oh, there you go.
Big, and it's a big deal. That's what we want to talk about. So I am a big fan of understanding what that looks like, and then figuring out what risks you either have thought of or maybe you haven't thought of along the way, right? Which is why it's so important to think about estate planning. And that's why one of the things that I'm not an attorney, but I offer estate planning within my practice, making sure that all my clients understand the difference between wills, trusts, power of attorneys, and we make sure that all of those things are in order.
You are a good guy. You are a friendly guy.
Yeah.
Cozy guy, right?
Well, thank you.
And when you walk into your place, though, that's where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
It's cozy.
We want to have fun, yeah.
It's not this big door where riffraff opens the door and goes, perhaps you better come inside.
No, we have a conversation in our living room, right in front of the fire. Hang out,
watch a little TV,
light music on the background.
Have a beverage.
If we want, depends on the time of day. What we're talking about.
Could be a soft beverage.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. So we make sure we have some fun with it too. And our studio's in the back too, so that's always kind of fun too.
Yeah.
So
this is a question. It might be a silly question. I don't know, but it's something that I think that at one point I was even looking at too. Maybe even still. But if somebody has a plan, if somebody is with someone, but they're not quite happy with the situation or the performance, how difficult is that to go to you and say,
that's a great question.
Just say, hey, look, I'm just asking, how can we do this?
Take over, right? You want Chris to take over?
Yeah,
maybe, right? We'll see. You have to have that conversation. It's so important to feel comfortable talking to the person that you're working with, whether that's me or anybody, right? So if you're not quite comfortable, you feel uneasy, that tells me you feel like something's wrong. So understand what's wrong. What are you looking for? Why don't you feel comfortable? Because you should. And if you don't feel confident in what you're doing, and then are you really going to pick up that phone and have a conversation when it really matters?
That's it.
You're probably not, right?
Right.
So absolutely. Give us a call. Come on in. Let's talk. And if you've got, let's talk about what you feel is going well, what's not going well. And I'm pretty reasonable here. I'll tell you, I don't have a problem saying, well, this is what looks good. This is where I think doesn't make sense with what you're telling me. I have no problem doing that.
That's great. All right, so let's talk about the Dow hit 50,000 this week.
Yeah, all-time highs are all the time, it seems like. And then you get a little pullback. We had one yesterday. It happens.
But But when that happened, I was such like a little girl. I swear to God, I was at home and I'm watching. It's like 49,800, 49,850. Oh my God, come on! And when it hit 50, it was just a sense of pride.
Yeah,
because our president is president right now, and the Dow's going crazy, and the investors love him. I would imagine.
Well, he's he always talks about it. He's really good for the stock market and just on people's 401ks and things like that. The policies, short-term and long-term, can be very good on the market, and we're seeing that take place, right? I'm still a big believer in that long-term outlook. It's great when we see some good activity on a day-to-day basis. I don't like to see big jumps either way, quite frankly.
Right, of course.
I'm not sure.
Was that a big jump day, though? I don't think it was.
No. Yesterday had a little bit of a pullback, and we're back
How much?
up
How much
today.
of a pullback?
I don't remember what it was.
3 digits?
No, gosh, no.
So
no.
yeah.
It's the biggest jumps we've had recently have been when there's like tariff talk, going along. See, there's my alliteration again.
In 1987, when the stock market, in quotes, crashed, it went down 500 points.
Yeah.
I'm like, that happens like every Thursday.
Well, and it just keeps continuing. We have what's weird, and I think it's social media driven. We have such a short attention span now, and the information you get is from all different angles, and so volatility is so important to think about because it happens all the time, and the ups and downs, and you cannot let it freak you out, because the second you see something and you make a panicked reaction, that's when you really potentially lose, right? So that's why it's a big thing to think about is income planning. You've got to make sure that you can weather those storms, whether they last 6 months, whether they last a year, 2 years, who knows? But if your income's protected, you probably feel better about taking a little bit more risk, right? So you got to have little, I hate to say the term buckets because a lot of people talk about buckets and financial planning and stuff, right?
Do they?
Yeah,
they do.
It's a thing.
In this bucket, you have to.
This is your this bucket, right? It just sounds so lame.
Did not know that.
It's important to think about just how you put your finances, right? You got to have a little bit of diversification, a lot of different places, and it helps make sure you can weather those storms. You never want to be all in anything.
But right now, let's say somebody who does not invest in the stock market, just a regular person working and has a 401k.
Well, then they're investing in the stock market.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not day trading. They're not, these guys who do it for a living, just day trade. I couldn't do it.
Oh, it's a lot, man. I wouldn't do it either.
But people who aren't thinking about it is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Right? They don't think about, hey, I'm investing because I have a 401k. They just know they have a 401k.
Sure.
And I guess they're pretty happy right now.
Yeah. Very happy. Yeah. Depending on how they're invested, right? I mean, not all 401ks are doing really well. It all depends on how you allocate within that 401k.
Yeah. See, that's why you
have to.
Right.
If you just put money in there, they don't just take your money and say, "Oh, I'm going to invest it this way." You got to make sure you understand your allocations, what your approach is, what your goals are, and make sure it's doing what you want it to do.
So I have a question, teacher.
Yes, sir.
After you, I have one.
Okay. So if you have a 401k, can someone call you and say, hey, what should I do with this 401k?
Absolutely.
And then why don't people do that?
Well, a lot of people do
Oh,
that.
good. All right, good.
So you're okay. Yeah, it's you want to have a review. You want to have. I look at things in a complete picture, so I understand what people's life insurance policies look like, what people's pension plans look like, how your Social Security is going to interact with your income stream, what you've got going on with your spouse's situation as well, any potential inheritance considerations, and ultimately what your income needs are. We look at all this stuff, figure out what bucket it all needs to be in.
But
unfortunately, I say that. I know. But put it all together to make sure it all makes sense. And that includes your 401k. You got to have the right allocations.
Ken, you had a question.
Yeah, well, the stock market, it's based on passion and future.
Oh, so much passion, especially in today's world.
Yeah, but you also should be paying attention to not only the Dow but the S&P, and I think that's an indicator too. Yeah. And that's something that you can go over with people, right?
Absolutely. So the Dow is, one of the older type of metrics. The bigger tech stuff is usually the S&P or even some levels the Nasdaq and things. But the S&P 500 is also hit highs as well. That's the big index people talk about today's terms. That's where your big NVIDIAs, your Microsofts, your Apples, the Mag 7, companies are in there. And it is more volatile, but from a longer term play perspective, I mean, it's
looking
really,
good.
really good historic rates of return. So
fantastic.
You never know what's going to happen in the future. But again, protect your balance, protect your income, give yourself the ability to enjoy.
And you can get Chris's books for free, by the way.
Yeah.
We got a couple of them. We got the new holistic retirement, a little bit about tax planning, which is really important to think about right now because a lot of people are starting to get all their little paperwork from the IRS saying what you got to do for taxes. We want to focus on long term, and that's the new holistic retirement. And then as we think about loved ones with Valentine's Day, long-term care planning, folks. Give the gift for Valentine's Day of understanding the importance of caring for your loved ones in a moment of crisis.
And you know what? Long-term care is kind of an umbrella phrase, right? Because you got your rehab, you got your SNF.
So rehab is going to be rehabilitative, short-term in nature. So think rehab is going to be short-term, so it's going to be covered on your medical expense. The one that people often overlook is the long-term care stuff, which is assisted living. We had a great episode on this with a great company. So check out our website, get our prior episodes. Angels on Duty was in talking about home health care, and that's a very powerful message as well.
Yeah, an expensive one too, right?
Absolutely.
All right, that is Chris Cooper, the one and only. Get his stuff for free. His 2 books, information. You can listen to the show.
Sunday mornings right here, News Talk STL.
Serenity Now Tax.com. That's Serenity Now Tax.com. Ken, can we go out with a little bit of Robin Raglan? Would that be
let's do that.
Nice.
Would that be possible? Oh my God. Oh
Wow.
my God. We used to play this all the time.
Yeah, she wouldn't do this for me in the studio.
It's a great song, too.
A little louder. Can you go as loud as it gets? People You Know. People You Know, it's called. Robin Raglan. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
Love you, man.
Thanks, Chris.
Is that okay if we go out with this? I didn't screw you up in your computer thing there, did I? Oh, I did. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Chatbox is next. Love it. Chatbox next.
Follow us on Rumble at NewstalkSTL. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
Be cool, honey bunny. Be cool.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
If you have a phone, you have a radio. Download the all-new News Talk STL app.
Love the all-new app.
And listen anytime, anywhere. The world's best athletes, the biggest stage, the thrill of competition. News Talk STL brings you winter game updates 4 times every weekday. Get the latest results, medal counts, and top stories from the games. Stay connected to all the action as our athletes go for the gold. Brought to you by Corel Roofing and Best Buy Flooring. Details at NewstalkSTL.com.
It's more than a rebellion. When your teen is slipping into drugs or alcohol, when social media and pornography consume their time and their mind, when depression and even suicidal thoughts cast a shadow over your home, as a parent, you feel powerless. There is hope. At Turnabout Ranch, troubled teens step away from the chaos and into a clarity of nature on a working cattle ranch. Care for horses, learn responsibility, build trust, and rediscover purpose. It isn't theory, it's real work, real therapy, real healing. Families from across the country have found transformation right here, just when they thought hope was gone. If your teen is struggling with addiction, harmful online behaviors, even weight management, call right now and get the help you all need.
800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. That's 800-219-2494.
This Winter Games Update brought to you by Corel Roofing and Best Buy Flooring.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2026 Winter Games. An hour from now, the men's free skate. The quad god, Ilya Malinin, goes for the gold. He had the top score in Tuesday's short program by more than 5 points. It was his free skate on Sunday that helped the U.S. clinch gold in the team event. Meanwhile, King Klæbo, Johannes Hausflot Klæbo of Norway, has tied the Winter Olympics record with his 8th career gold medal. He's 3 for 3 so far in these games, winning the men's cross-country 10K freestyle today, and he's expected to compete in 3 more events. No one has ever won 6 gold in one Winter Games. Women's hockey quarterfinals, Team USA is the top seed. They'll face Italy and coming up at 3 Eastern. Right now, Sweden leads Czechia 1-0 in the second. Impressive comeback for the U.S. women in curling. They beat Canada 9-8, and they're 2-1 in round-robin play. With this Winter Games update, I'm Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
O'Reilly.
Choose Rain-X Rugged XL wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Their extra large profile and premium features are made for all driving conditions. Save $16 when you buy a pair of Rain-X Rugged XL wiper blades, plus get 2 times O Rewards points. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
If you find yourself feeling out of place in the world, it's comforting to know conservative values haven't been abandoned everywhere.
The far left wants to destroy conservative values in America.
This is News Talk STL. Welcome home. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Smitty Werben Jagerman Jensen.
True international under pressure.
Smitty Werben Jagerman Jensen.
No, he doesn't involve our institution.
I just...
She knows so long as
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
What a mess. What a mess those 4 years were, Ken.
Yes. But we have I love the archives that we have developed in Joe Biden's name and his likeness.
Monday is President's Day.
Okay.
So we'll have to play some quotes from Joe, President's Day.
Why don't we? Yeah. Like I think you and I kind of touched on that, doing all kinds of quotes from all the presidents.
Yes, of course. Yes, the real presidents.
The real presidents.
And then the fake one, too, which is Joe. All right. Let's do the chat box, and then we'll get to the wheel of audio clips and wrap up our working week here, Ken.
All right, Vic.
Does that sound like a plan to you?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Take a quick sip of coffee.
Okay.
Coyote 6 is first today. He says, good morning, fellow Vic Heads. Whoosh, my morning patriots, my morning people, my morning freedom fighters.
Whoosh.
Would it kill you to hit the like button? Would it kill you?
No, we found out that and we've documented it. It will not.
We have clinical studies.
Yes.
That show that hitting the like button does not kill you.
9 out of 10 people surveyed will not die from hitting the like button.
What does the other one do? The other one died from
yeah.
If you're that other person, don't hit the like
don't
button.
hit the like button.
Allison says thank you. Says done. Thank you. M. Goitz. Goitz. Don't recognize
Hey.
There you go.
How you doing?
Also says done. Vic and Jessica are soulmates. Ken and Kathy. Caddy, our sweethearts. Wishing all you Vic Heads happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day to all the Vic Heads.
Wait a minute now. I say caddy in my head with D's. Are they T's or are they D's?
No, they're D's.
That's what I said.
Like the golf caddy. No, it is. I mean, yeah.
Fine. Was she a caddy?
No. It's
What's her name? Catherine?
No, I can't. I don't want to say.
Oh.
But growing up, her brother couldn't say her real name.
So they call her Caddy.
He would call her Caddy.
That's why Dustin Hoffman calls him Rain Man, because it's Raymond.
Raymond.
And Tom Cruise, when he was a baby, couldn't say Raymond, so he said Rain Man. Bye-bye, Rain Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bye-bye, Rain Man. Is that it?
Nope, that's it.
Happy Valentine's Day, Allison. Do something for yourself to make yourself happy. You deserve it. Yes, I agree. Where is everyone? Did they all take the union day off? Is today a union holiday?
I think it might be.
Chat box? What in the hell?
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right about that.
She took the union day off. Thank you. Hope you have a great Valentine's Day. Thank you. We love you. Popped on for a few to update everyone as to why I left the chat box for an emergency Wednesday morning. This is Ed Stoit. My wife Edna's brother passed away.
Sorry to hear that, man. We're praying for you, though, buddy.
It was Wednesday morning. I was very close to him. I'm sad. I'm so sorry, Ed. I really do feel for you. So Ed will be in and out. Somebody else will have to step in as shop steward while he's gone. As I tell others when they lose someone, remember all the joyous times amongst the sorrow you feel. You know, when we grieve for somebody who dies, we're really not grieving for them. We're grieving for us.
Yeah.
Because we're the ones who are going to miss them.
Of course.
They're not going to miss us. They're glad to get rid of us, right?
Right.
In some other worldly, heavenly place.
Yeah, they're on God's plane, hopefully, and they're just looking down and being like, okay, my job's done.
I have a heaven question. Can I ask a heaven question?
Yeah.
When you die and you go to heaven, do you look like you look right now when you die, or do you get to look like when you were young and spry and healthy and happy and good looking?
So I've thought about that before. I think it's the best version of yourself that you see at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on such another level, Vic, that I don't think we even understand it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take whatever it is. If I make it to heaven, that's fine, you know. But
my mom was really into those books of people who have written who've died and come back.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't believe this, but there's a lot of common sense there. If you think about the way they explain death and life, what they went through in their own personal journey, it's just something we don't understand, and it's such a feeling. In all these books, the one common thing that I've ever seen in these books is they all feel like it's a love and a feeling beyond anything we've ever experienced here.
Wow, it's amazing. It really is. Because when I don't want to look like this in heaven. You know what I mean?
Vic,
I don't want to go up.
Bodies
I don't want to go up to St. Peter and he go, look at you. What you let yourself go, you fat pig?
Well, think about it. I mean, when you leave your body behind anyway.
But there has to be something distinct so you can see and recognize the people that you've known and
Sure,
loved,
it's the best
right?
version. I always picture my parents being gone and thinking of them as, wow, they're just the best versions of themselves.
I think of my parents looking like they did in their wedding picture that was
There
on
you
the
go. That
living
could be.
room wall. you
Right.
know? I don't know. And the Rainbow Bridge thing better be a thing. Like when I die and I go over that Rainbow Bridge, I better get just attacked by Muddy and Phoebe and Phantom and Skimbleshanks.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, he comforts us all in our troubles so we can comfort others when we are troubled. We will be able to give them the same comfort God has given us. That's Corinthians, Ken. I don't know if you know that.
No, I did not.
I didn't know that.
But
I told him many times I dropped the in-law from his title. He was my brother. We had a unique relationship. My wife was very close with him, and we did a lot to take care of him over 20 years.
I love
God
that, man.
bless
I
you, Ed.
mean, the older you get, we talked about this 5 years ago. We were going to start losing the rock and rollers, the old rock and rollers. And sure enough, as we've done this show, we started losing them. They start dropping off. Well, as you get older, you start losing family.
I mean, no kidding.
And that's the scary part.
I'm glad you brought that up because one generation above me, all gone. Every one of them. All my aunts and uncles are all gone. And sometimes I think about them, like my Aunt Alba and Uncle Al. Just my Uncle Al was great cooks. Aunt Alba was too, but my Uncle Al would make this stuffed squid thing in a clam sauce. Oh my God, it was so good. My Uncle Joe Fu, he used to talk to my brother and say, yeah, Chrissy, right?
Yeah.
I just miss all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Chrissy, right?
Called him Chrissy. That's what
Right,
they do. Just
right.
like in The Sopranos, they call Christopher Chrissy.
Right.
Hey, Ken, 51 years ago, we went on our first date to see Tower of Power. Wow.
Man.
Do you have any bumper music? Maybe the intro to Squib Cakes? I think this can make it till Monday, but if Monday's not too late, Barry, we'd love to try to get some Tower of Power. You don't got to twist my arm to play some Tower of Power. Well, guys, just wait. A group of Dems are headed to Europe to badmouth Trump and the Republicans, per Eric Schmidt.
Yeah.
Special thank you to Vic and Ken for your comments and reply to my email. Yeah, Ed, we're so sorry, man. We love you. This will be the best one ever. Vic loves and cries. Ken cares. Vic loves and cries. Ken cares and cries too. Before I leave, I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and for Alexis.
No peace.
No fair tariffs.
No peace.
Whoosh.
President maybe make Hawley the AG. Donald John Grover Cleveland Trump.
Whoosh.
What if Josh Hawley were the Attorney General of the United States?
Well, I thought maybe our former Attorney General from Missouri.
Could be.
Well, he's deputy, right?
No, wait.
He's deputy FBI, I think.
Josh Hawley was the Attorney General of Missouri, as was Eric Schmidt.
Yes.
They both were Attorney Generals.
Yes.
And now that I've said it, though, I think Matt Whitaker would be great because I love Matt Whitaker.
Right?
God, I love him. He doesn't care about anybody.
Well, that's what's so good about these current MAGA conservatives that are in office right now. We have a deep bench.
We do. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Vic and Ken, I believe we have heavenly bodies with no worries. I get all that. I just don't want to look like a big fat slob when I go to heaven.
Oh, sorry, everybody. I didn't prepare.
Right. Oh, if I'd only known, I would have done my hair.
If I'd only known.
It's a real cluster puck out there in Arizona. I like that cluster puck. We can get away with a lot with that one. Is this Tower of Power? Oh, my God. Barry, you ask, and ye shall receive. Oh, my God. I didn't realize how late it was. I'm so sorry. Vic Head Patriots, it's Friday. Happy Friday the 13th, ladies, gents, and gentle cats. That is Joy. Uh-oh, I'm late. Whoosh, that's okay. We don't take attendance.
Whoosh.
Donald Trump is the worst president in history. That's Matt Collier saying Donald Trump is the worst president in history. Thanks, Matt. Nobody needs your opinion because you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You know Joe Biden.
You're very wrong.
And Donald Trump is the best one ever. Wait. Matt says, Donald Trump is the worst president in history. Look it up.
Because you'd be in jail.
You're fired. Get out of here.
Get out of here,
You're
Matt
fired.
Collier.
You're
You're
incompetent.
fired.
You're
Fired.
incompetent. Get out of here. You're destroying our nation.
Fired, destroying a nation. I'm done.
You became a part of the new breed. Been smoking only the best weed. Hanging out on the
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at NewstalkSTL. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
On the next, Larry Connor's USA.
The story behind the story when newsrooms and reporters practice censorship, self-censorship.
Larry Connor's USA.
Now, weeknights 6 until 8
on News Talk STL.
Hey, it's Vic Porcelli here with our great friend Chris Cooper from Serenity Wealth Management. Hi, Chris.
How are you, Vic?
I don't want to put anybody else down, but that when you go up and visit you at Serenity Wealth, your place looks like home.
So a lot of financial advisory offices, they have, the big mahogany desk or the big marble entryways and things like that. The stock market channel on the TV when you walk in the door, right? That doesn't really drive a good conversation. Good financial guidance and advice starts with a good conversation. People are nervous. People are afraid to talk about finances, right? And so you can see a little standoffish. Well, my objective is to try to have a good, casual conversation. By having those conversations about life, goals, objectives, it's what makes me understand what our financials are supposed to fund.
So if somebody does want to have a good conversation, how do they do that? How do they find you?
Our website is the best way to do that because you can get all the information you need to understand where we are, get a little bit more information, all that. SerenityWealthNow.com.
Reach out to Chris and Stacy today at SerenityWealthNow.com.
Investment advice offered through Fortis Capital Advisors, LLC.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rates you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-515-2397. 800-515-2397. 800-515-2397. That's 800-515-2397.
End of the spring, and here she comes back. Hi, 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 hi there. Them summer days, those summer days.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. Vic and Ken.
These two guys are mad geniuses.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Hot fun in the summertime from Sly and the Family Stone. We just lost Sly this year. Early in the year.
Yeah. Love this, man.
One more
This is-
thing. Sorry. Next thing.
Yeah.
Bass singer.
County fair
In the country. Yeah, baby. Okay. I need to read one more chat box thing for Leanne because Leanne's already mad at me for two things. And I'm not sure if we've completely made up yet. So she said GMFVH. That's good news right there that she said good morning, Freedom Fighting Vic Heads. She says happy Friday. She said Josh Hawley did awesome questioning Ellison, but if there is no accountability, then it really is just theater. Keith needs to be in jail. He needs to return all the taxpayer money. If he doesn't, then nothing Josh did matters. So it is great theater when Josh Hawley, questions people. But if nothing happens to that person, like if Keith Ellison, there's no accountability, no punishment, then it's for nothing.
And Liam, we totally agree with you. And this is one of the reasons why we highlight these things, because we say, okay, we've done our job. It's out there. And you know what? This is why I emphasize being documented today.
Yeah.
Because now, if he doesn't go to jail and it's documented, they have video, then it's done. We're done.
I don't
We're
know.
done.
It was just back and forth and, banter back and forth. But he did lie to Congress there when he was talking. I'm sorry, lied to the Senate committee.
Yeah, yeah.
If Josh Hawley accused him of something and he said, no, that's not true, then guess what? You're actually lying to the Senate.
You are.
And that's perjury, and you should go to jail.
On top of everything else.
So, Leanne, thank you. Appreciate you very much. I thank you so much for following my stuff on Twitter, because you always do. Appreciate that. And, of course, Bounty is the quicker picker-upper. All right.
Wheel of Audio Clips!
Brought to you by Johnson Heating and Cooling, making homes comfortable all year round. 636-332-4141. It's America's favorite game show, The Wheel of Audio Clips. Here's the host of Wheel of Audio Clips, Vic Porcelli.
Thank you, Jim Modron. Studio audience, you guys doing okay up there in the balcony? Fantastic. Thank you so much. The Wheel of Audio Clips. It's just the audio that we've heard all week. We play it again for you to remind you how stupid the Dems are and how smart we are. And that when I say we, I mean Republicans, not me.
Primarily conservatives or MAGA people.
Right. And we play them back for you. We put all the like little notes about the clips on the wheel. Ken spins the wheel, and then we play wherever it lands and laugh and stuff. Is that a good explanation of the game?
Well, that's good.
All right, let's go. When the wheel is spinning, and we'll see where it lands. A lot of stuff today, though. We could really get through a lot of stuff on our Wheel of Audio Clips. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is Attorney General Pam Bondi during the House Judiciary Committee hearing. And her and Jamie Raskin, let's just say, they didn't get along.
You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch. Not on our time. No way. And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
You're a lawyer. You're not even a lawyer.
Committee will be in order. Time, and I should get back at least 45 seconds. We will give you a few more seconds. I said that already. 45 seconds. Okay.
Oh, my gosh, there's so much going on there. So, first of all, Jamie Raskin is the perfect example of people in D.C. that are not listening to the person that they're talking to, okay? As snarky as it was, Pam Bondi said, you don't tell me anything. And then he goes, yes, we did tell you.
Uh-huh.
She didn't say you didn't tell me. She said, you don't tell me nothing.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So he wasn't listening.
He was not.
Meanwhile, if you listen closely, good old Jim Jordan, trying to be the chairman of this committee.
Calmly.
Going, I reclaim my time. Because the gentleman from, where is he from? Maryland? Jenner from Maryland. We'll stop talking. I would never want to be. You know what? Something tells me I would, though, want to be in front of one of these committees. Because I got nothing to lose, right?
Right.
Stand up and say, you're a jerk.
You're an idiot.
You're a criminal. You're a rapist. You know what I mean? I'd like to go right down the list and tell them all what they really are and be on TV doing it.
That'd be great.
All right, spin the wheel. Spin that wheel. I think a lot of people said Pam Bondi did a lot of, circusy stuff, but that trap she laid was just great when every one of those members of the House of Representatives in that committee got to go through the Epstein files unredacted, and the Department of Justice and Pam Bondi were monitoring what they were doing, and some of them were searching their own name, Ken.
Why do you do that? Why? Let's be honest here. Okay, where we are right now, if someone came into this room and questioned us about the Epstein list, we wouldn't say, oh, let me check it.
Let me see if I'm in there.
Because we wouldn't be.
Right, but that's what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay, we'll find out about all this. I swear to God we will. Missouri Senator Eric Schmidt on Fox News talking about I'm gonna disagree with the senator here. Okay, he's talking about photo ID. He says it's an 80-20 issue. I disagree, and I'll tell you why next.
If you actually have people who are voting and you require them to show ID that over 80% of Americans support, like you would think in this country, we have a lot of things we can argue about that aren't 80-20 issues. This is an 80-20 issue. This is the kind of thing that we should get done here. This Save America Act is common sense. The Democrats don't like it because it threatens their power. That's the electrical cord that runs through all these positions. They want to kneecap ICE's ability to do their jobs because they don't want deportations and they want illegal immigrants to vote.
Okay, so the only thing, Senator, I would disagree with you on is it's not an 80-20 issue. Now it's an 85-15 issue.
Oh, Vic, I have to disagree with you. I think it's a 90-10.
Oh, my God, I had
with
no
what
idea.
I've been reading, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I do believe so, honestly.
So what? This is what I don't understand, okay? Matt Collier. Is that his name? That was it, Matt Collier?
He's just
listen, but he needs to listen to me.
He won't.
I need to grab him by the brainstem and shake him and say 90-10 issue. 76, probably more by now, of black people support photo ID to vote.
And why not?
Why are you saying that they're wrong? Are you saying black people are stupid? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much they're being racist.
Well, I don't think why do people vote for them? Why do black people vote for Democrats at all? I swear to God.
It's just I think they're in on. I think they're getting away from that. I really do. I think we talked to the people from the Free Enterprise Project and Project 21 in particular, and they've been saying that to us every week. People are understanding what's going on now, and they're starting to step away from that whole ideology.
So here's what I want to do. Next time we talk to Terrace Todd, I guess, semi-regularly, right?
Oh, yeah.
So next time we have him on, I want to talk with him about, does Project 21 have any outreach program? I know they're not a huge company. They're a nonprofit and all that. But if they have any sort of outreach to reach out to black Americans and say, why are you voting for people who hate you? Because that's what you're doing.
Yeah, we used to interview the RNC people and say, do you have any outreach for the black community?
And apparently not.
Well, we should be looking into that.
Oh, God. All right, spin the wheel. I'll say it again. I know you're sick of hearing me say it. The black lifestyle is a conservative lifestyle.
Yes.
Can't do it, Ken. I can't do it anymore. Nope.
No, you can't.
Okay. Susan Collins. Boy, she, again, the Democrats, somebody should have a group Zoom meeting with them and say, listen, guys, there's this new invention, okay?
It's new.
It's called videotape, and we see everything you've said. So Susan Collins.
And you can save it? Like you can.
Yeah. To
be played later?
At any time, Ken.
Wow.
At any time.
Wow.
She was only going to serve 2 Senate terms.
I have pledged that if I'm elected, I will only serve 2 terms, regardless of whether term limits law, a constitutional amendment passes or not. 12 years is long enough to be in public service, make a contribution, and then come home and let someone else take your place.
Vic, she didn't say, I might just not go after 2 terms. She said, I pledge to you.
Exactly. Pledge. She didn't just say, I will. I'm thinking about it. I pledge.
And she's currently running for her 6th term.
So why would we believe anything she says? She's a Republican, by the way.
Yeah.
And she's the worst. I don't know who's worse, her or Lisa Murkowski. Lisa Murkowski's worse, I guess, because she's in a state that Trump won by 17 points, and she still can't vote along with him.
One of our listeners, who said, I think it might have been Kevin, listener Kevin, explained this whole thing about ranked choice voting.
Yeah. Oh,
Lisa Murkowski's up there in that.
Alaska has that. That's right.
That's right. And the whole process is just rigged. It's rigged. They should never have that.
All right. I forgot where we are. Are we? There we go. Good in the way. I get lost sometimes, all right? I'm old. Leave me alone. All right. It's Valentine's Day. Everybody should be thinking about love things.
Lovey-dovey.
Let's see if this Pakistani Islamic preacher is thinking about Valentine's Day and love.
So know this, that Islam will enter every house.
Oh, love.
Every house. Don't worry about the Islamophobes. They can yap all they want. Their children will be Muslim.
Well, this Islamophobe says it's all about love going into your home and taking it because they love your home.
Now, I'm curious, Ken. When they come to your home,
yeah,
are they going to come to your home armed?
Well, probably because they're taking your home.
Well, before they walk in, are they armed?
Probably. I would say probably. At that point, at the point that they're going to be talking about coming in and taking your home, I think they would be.
So there's going to be a shootout. Shootout at the OK Porcelli Corral.
Yeah, here's a bonus of it.
Islam will enter every house.
That's an imam.
Yeah. Does he think? I don't know how they. I don't see how they just envision how that's going to work. Like they think they're going to knock on the door, and then imam, come on in. Oh,
what can we do for you?
Islam? No, not for me. You're dead.
It ain't going to work out that way. I'm just saying.
It's going to be a lot of bullets flying, I'm telling you that. All right, spin the wheel, do one more here. St. Valentine's Day Massacre. That's always fun. Full of love. Oh, President Donald John Grover Cleveland Trump.
So Lindsey Graham is really hot on getting rid of sanctuary cities. I'm backing him 100%. Yeah. We got to do it. We're hot, and it's sort of the Security Act, you could call it, but we have to do it. Sanctuary cities are only good for people. It's sanctuary for criminals, okay? They are protecting criminals.
It is.
Those states could hand those people over to us. Their crime would go down. We'd get them out of the country. They can't do what we can do. We can get them out of the country. They can't do it. But they're sanctuaries for criminals. They have they have killers. They have drug lords. They have Tren de Aragua all over the place. Now, with that being said, we have the strongest border in the history of our country.
It's another common sense remark.
Yep. It's President Donald John Grover Cleveland Trump. We were talking about time travel before. If somebody lived in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and time traveled to now, they would be like, what did you do with the place? I turned my back for 3 decades, and you've turned this country into a
stuff hole.
Right,
and then they would say also, you got to listen to this man, this president that you have right now.
Right. And the one that was number 40, too. Number 40 also.
Yeah,
sorry.
Right.
That was like an Abbott and Costello thing. All right, I'll play 40, you play 42. We'll play the same number. I'll play 40, you play 42. Wait a minute. I thought we were going to play the same number. All right, good.
Oi! Hey, I'm back!
Thanks for listening to the Wheel of Audio. This is Vic Porcelli saying, help control the liberal population. Have your liberal spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody. I'm a bad boy. They do a roulette thing like that, where it's like, okay, we'll play the same number. I'll play 20, you play 22. Meaning 20 also. But Lou hears 22, number 22, and
Right.
it's a little confusing.
That's the whole who's on first type of
Exactly.
skit,
That's
yeah.
their whole thing. That's their whole thing. All right, listen, have a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day to my wife and all you lovely ladies out there. Leanne says she's not mad at me. Thank you so much, Leanne, because we love you too. And you want to something to Caddy real quick?
I love you, honey.
There you go. It doesn't get any quicker
I
and
hope
better
she wasn't
and
watching,
easier than
listening
that.
when I.
No, she wasn't. Thanks for having the record player on at night. Listen to us this morning.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
Award-winning 3-martini lunch, Common Sense Radio. You know him, Jamie Allman. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Hey, see you, everybody.
So tough, I think I've had enough until the weekend. Here come the weekend. Here come the weekend. Here come the weekend.
Hey, Jamie Allman here. When your car needs attention, trust who I trust. Benchmark Complete Auto in Valley Park. 25 years as a family-owned and operated company, Benchmark is your Napa Auto Care Center for nearly every maintenance and repair, using the latest technology and top-quality parts. Need help with the bill? Well, ask about Napa's Easy Pay financing. Mention Jamie Allman and NewstalkSTL and get 10% off. BenchmarkAutoRepair.com. BenchmarkAutoRepair.com.
Tony Colombo here for Gutter Pros and Exteriors, your all-in-one service team that brings years of experience and quality that's affordable right to your doorstep. Christine and I discovered Gutter Pros and Exteriors when we bought our home and inherited a gutter problem. And they've also repaired siding damage on our home because along with gutter repair, gutter installation, and leaf protection, the Gutter Pros team are also the best for repairing other exterior damage, including fascia, soffit, and all siding repair and installation. Learn about all the ways Gutter Pros and Exteriors can help your home or business right now at gutterpros.com.
The St. Louis County Insider with Councilman Mark Harder.
On this week's show, we have Chris Howard, the Budget Director for St. Louis County Council. We have Sam Hall, the President of St. Louis Association of Realtors. And finally, Rick Randall, who is the head of Flags for Valor, and we'll be talking about their upcoming event, all on this week's show.
The St. Louis County Insider with Councilman Mark Harder.
I'll talk to you Sunday night at 5, only on News Talk STL.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green.
This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, has been ordered to sail from the Caribbean to the Middle East. It puts more American firepower behind President Trump's threat that Iran must make a deal with the U.S. on its nuclear program. Police investigating the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie have widened their search for surveillance camera footage.
Investigators in Tucson, Arizona are asking residents in a 2-mile radius of Nancy Guthrie's home to share videos going back a month before her disappearance. Seeing anything out of the ordinary could be important to the investigation. Ann Adams, who lives next door to Guthrie's daughter Annie, says agents wanted to look around her property.
They did ask specifically for the 31st of January and the morning of the 1st of February. And then they wanted to know if we saw anything suspicious on her.